All right, folks, welcome to the Heretic Channel. My name is Jenova.
And I'm Gene Skinner. Welcome, everyone. I'm going to actually put the new image up I have for the Behind the Lot. I think you will actually like it, Jenova. It's pretty neat.
It's probably gay. What's the new image?
It is basically automated hands cutting a film reel and putting it into special categories.
Oh, I see it. That's cool. I like it.
Thank you.
Don't take credit for it. You didn't make it.
No, I did not.
You liar.
Yeah, I try.
Poor taste in asses sweets. That's one of the best asses I think I've ever seen on screen. Look at that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Andrea. Who is here? Andrea, Goshen, Strog, Sweets, Cindy, Jenny.
Good to see everyone.
How Strog? How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's well. Originally, we were just going to talk about the Record franchise. For
Mm-hmm.
anybody who doesn't know, Record Spanish found footage franchise.
Yep. There's
But
about
we
6 films in it,
decided
too,
we
that are two-way
decided
remakes.
against that. Yeah. We decided against that. Gene was having trouble finding the movies to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight we're just going to do it behind the lot. We are going to talk about Record a little bit, but
Yep.
we're just going to go through some videos surrounding
Spanish horror movies, yeah.
Spanish style horror movies.
So that
So
basically counts, chat. That counts Spanish movies from Spain itself, and also counts Mexican movies, pretty much. So,
sure,
and then it counts the quarantine movies because they are basically tied into Rec. So,
yeah, well, because they're tied into Record.
yeah,
I mean, you kind of have to talk about them, and
yeah,
I mean, we will, but probably mostly in passing.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we might as well just
Jump right
jump
into
right
it.
the fuck
All right,
into
sounds
it.
good.
So let's start off with this first trailer here. Are we good? Are we on
Yep, we're on
screen?
screen.
For all the I don't know. Some of these might be in
Oh
Spanish. So
shit.
Goshen,
Oh shit. Fucking. 1 second.
what happened? What'd
It's
you do?
it's not me. It's the fucking watch together. It's doing that thing where it's loading constantly. People can't see anything because it's just that's a fucking loading bar.
It's a loading bar.
Yeah, it's just the loading bar and watch together. Like it's the circle. Pause it real quick.
I paused it.
It's not even showing the fact that you paused it. Oh, there we go. Okay, now it's good. Start back at the beginning.
All right.
Go ahead and put play. Thank you. Fucking sorry guys, it's the Google Chrome. I gotta download WaterFox because it's gonna be way better than fucking using this shit.
What is this? Oh my god, this fucking trailer. This is like a fucking. I don't even think this is a trailer of the actual movie. I think this is like a fucking.
Like,
Not a bootleg, but I think it's like an independent short film type trailer where they put together like a concept trailer. That's what I think this is.
possibly is, yeah. Spooky.
It's coming. Photon Warriors, let the darkness grow.
A little bit, yeah. Unclassified.
What's up there?
War.
What's up? Did the fucking attic door opens? Let's fucking go up there. Why not? Little girl?
Are you Satan?
Sir? I see what they're saying.
The new kind of horror. A real-time experience.
In real time.
Total immersion. Are you immersed, chat?
Well, that was definitely the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they got some actors to do that.
Very possible.
All right, we'll pause for a second before we go on to the carnage count here.
Okay, that's good because it's showing me the loading screen again.
Showing you the loading screen again?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Maybe refresh.
I'll try that. Give me a second.
Maybe try refreshing for a second here.
Oh man, this is this is awful.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. You're pretty bad.
Thank you.
You should feel bad.
I don't.
I know. It's because you're a soulless Jew.
Okay, there. It's good now.
It's good. Are you on the carnage count?
Yes.
Okay. Hopefully it works. If not, it's a Quarantine is a good movie. Strug. Strug, are you kidding? Are we already? Are we already here? We haven't even started. It's been like 6 minutes already. Strug, how dare you? Um. All right. So record found
Yep.
footage, basically Spanish found
Mm-hmm.
footage. 2007, I believe it came out.
Correct.
And it's funny because I actually was coming out of a horror movie when I heard about this film. I
Mm-hmm.
was back when I used to go to the theater.
Yeah.
So me and Snake were at the theater,
Mm-hmm.
and we just came out of a horror movie. I don't know what fucking movie, but Snake started talking to me about this movie that he had seen.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Oh, I was at these people's place, and we watched this fucking horror movie. Spanish. It's called like Record
Mm-hmm.
or something like that, or like Wreck or whatever. It's like found footage, and there's like zombies." And I was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Yeah, look it up." So I went home. I looked it up. I found the trailer,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to watch the movie so fucking bad, but I couldn't find a copy with like English subs or dubs.
Yeah,
or
because
anything
it
on
took like a while for this to actually happen, didn't it?
it took a while. Well, I mean, the movie was out.
Yeah.
I don't know what copy they had. Maybe they had. I don't know. I don't know the detail behind they got their copy. Maybe they bought it. I don't know.
I just remember the fact that it took a while for like the subtitles to actually be like on the film for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, you still have kind of problems with that too.
Yeah, still today
So
you still do, but
yeah.
I mean with
Well,
streaming services I think it helps a lot more to have it so you get stuff like more readily available where you could get subs
well, I
on.
mean, streaming services are crazy. Have you seen Prime? Prime will have like Prime will show you the list of actors in the scene
Mm-hmm.
on screen on like it'll just pop up on the side of the screen like boop boop boop
Yep.
as people come walking into the shot their fucking names will pop up on the sidebar.
Mm-hmm.
So it's it's weird shit like that, but I couldn't find I couldn't find a movie, a version with
Yeah, a copy of it, yeah.
subtitles or dubs or anything like that. But I did find a version of the movie. I found a copy of it. It was in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish,
No.
but I watched it anyway. I watched it without knowing what anybody was fucking saying.
Yeah.
I watched it a couple times like that actually because it was a fantastic movie. Even though I had no idea what anybody was talking about,
Mm-hmm.
it was still fucking amazing.
You think you got
I
the
still-
gist of it even though you couldn't understand what they were saying?
Well, I figured out what was going on.
Mm.
Like I could make a good guesstimate of what was happening. I couldn't tell you specifically what was being said.
Yeah.
But like there's a scene in Record where they start to say, well, maybe this little girl's infected.
Mm-hmm.
And later it was confirmed, but during that scene, no subs, no dubs. I figured it out. I was like, okay, maybe this little girl. You can do that with like
Yeah.
camera shots and
Mm-hmm.
shit like that, music and everything like that. But watching it without subs, watching it where you have no idea what's going on,
Yeah.
or I mean, you know what's going on, but you don't know what people are saying.
Mm-hmm.
Made it feel a lot more real. I would say, it's the thing of like. I don't know. It made it feel more authentic.
Mm-hmm.
There's no subs on the screen. There's people are speaking of a dirty, nasty foreign language that should never be spoken out loud. And it's a what is Spain? Spain's like second world or some shit.
I think so, yeah.
So I'm sure they think they're first world, but
No, there's even
you're
countries.
not.
Yeah, there's countries in South America that are fucking better than Spain.
But and it felt like this was like a real event happening the way it goes about, because you start like following this reporter, this anchor lady,
Mm-hmm.
who's doing some sort of special, some new special at
Yeah.
the fire department. She's going to the fire department and talking to the firefighters. And here's a little fucking bit at the fire station. But while they're there, they get a call. So she wants to go on a call with them.
Mhm.
And so she goes on a call with them, and they end up at an apartment where they called because this old lady's like being fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And the way it flows together, it's like real. It feels actual real. It's not like like even Blair Witch, even though Blair Witch had all that like PR behind it, and oh, did this really happen? And we found was their tape. Spoiler alert: Blair Witch is not real. But even though that had all that, this movie still felt, I don't know, more real, I guess, if you want to say it like
I
that.
think it kind of helps that the movie itself is filmed in a certain way with how it goes. Like it seems very real. Like no one seems like they're acting.
Yeah,
Where I
yeah,
think Blair Witch's
they do a
problem
good
is
job.
where the
Yeah,
Blair Witches is basically they're not. It's kind of obvious that they're faking a lot of the stuff they're saying and doing.
yeah, Blair Witch is it gets praise. It gets a lot of praise, especially when you go to like found footage, right?
Hmm.
But it's no, not Jenova versus Goshen. No, Jenny, not Jenova versus Goshen.
It's because Strog said Spano is better than Italiano.
How dare you, Strog? That's twice. That's two strikes, Strog. Goshen knows he's my boy. Goshen knows, right? Goshen, he knows. He knows what's up. Glad you're alive, Goshen.
Yep.
Um. So, yeah. Well, I mean, let's face it. The best part of Blair Witch is when he tells them that he kicked the map into the river.
Yeah.
I kicked that fucking thing into the river. That's
Fucking.
me. That's
Yep.
me for the record. If we ever if we ever go camping and you guys are looking for the map,
Yeah. I kicked it in
you
the
won't
river.
find it
Hmm.
because I kicked it into the fucking river. Um, but yeah, and then like the most, I would say, probably the most iconic scene from Record happened for the first time for me because I had never fucking,
Yeah.
and I was hooked after that. And it's the scene where firefighters, well, at least one of the firefighters stays upstairs with the old lady,
Hmm.
and then the camera crew and everybody else, they go back downstairs, and there's some weird things that are happening, like they're sort of getting like sealed in and shit
Uh
like
huh.
that. And like while it's talking, you hear this like off in the distance. You
Yep.
can hear like this guy like scream, and all of a sudden it just gets like boom,
Yep.
and he just smashes right into the lobby.
Yep.
And it was so brutal to watch this body just hit and sort of bounce
Hmm.
against the fucking tile. And it was great. And from there, I was like, I don't care what they're saying. I don't give a fuck what is happening. And then everything just gets
Crazier
more
and
and more
crazier.
chaotic. Yeah, it gets crazier and crazier. And then you get to the end of the movie.
Hmm.
Goshen, you're breaking my heart, bro.
What did he say?
Breaking my heart. He said Spano over Italiano. Look, we're all Dagos, okay? we can all we can all come together around our Dago-ness. Um, so and then of course you get the end where they find like the penthouse room where this guy has been like doing research or working on
Yeah.
something or working on a cure or doing research, and you start to find out that it's not really like zombies because you sort of think they're sort of like 28 days later zombies,
No, it's
right?
it's more like the
Which
demons
aren't
from Demons.
zombies. Yeah, before anybody loses their shit, I understand 28 days later people there those are not
No,
zombies, quote unquote.
the people infected with the
um
rabies disease, basically.
yeah, the rage
Yeah.
virus, which is, I mean, the record thing is like a rabies virus. Well, we're gonna learn about that. I put a video in there,
Yep.
but
Oh, fuck off, computer.
is it okay?
I was trying to say support assistant's gonna update your piece. Nah, I'm good, thanks. Fuck off.
You are all equally not white, says Porky. Thank you, Porky. See, Porky knows.
He's Norwegian.
Porky, always the peacemaker.
He's Norwegian. Or is it Swedish? I can't tell anymore.
I don't know. I always isn't it all Scandinavian anyway?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, you get to the end. You get in the penthouse. And then you get that whole like end scene on record where they're
Yeah.
stuck in the penthouse, and they've got to use the night vision, and there's like this giant, tall, old woman
Yeah.
that's like walking around naked with a hammer,
Yep.
and they've got to like try that. It was creepy, dude. That
Hmm.
it was a good film. I haven't seen it in a while, but I always enjoy it. I always recommend it, especially when people are like, "Oh, do you know any found footage?" Right?
Hmm.
Because for a long time, I loved found footage. Found footage is trash now,
Yeah, it
but
is.
I once people realized you could make a lot of money, it's like, oh well, horror movies were already like the cheap way to make money, but
Yeah,
now we
it's
found
even
an even
cheaper
cheaper
way.
way to
Yeah,
make fucking horror movies.
that's correct.
I mean, and it was really after like Blair Witch, right? Because
Hmm.
Blair Witch blew up, and everybody went to go see it, whether they liked it or not. Everybody went to go see it, and I think he made it for like
Yeah, he
$28,000,
did. He made like a
and
two, like was it 12 million on it?
something like that. Well, like Chris Rock said, I think it was Chris Rock said Chris Rock said $28,000. Somebody's walking around with $27,000 in their pocket because there's no way it took you 28,000 to make that. Are you kidding? There's nothing that happens in that movie.
No.
28,000 for rock formations and stick figures? Are you kidding me? You don't even reuse the same stick figures? Fuck off.
Oh.
Get the fuck out of here. Now the way Blair Witch was shot, like the technique he used to shoot it, where he really sent them off into the woods and they had no contact with anybody, and they would leave them notes that were specifically for themselves to read, and they would have to react in a certain way and shit like that. That's kind of new. That's a unique way to film a movie. I just don't think it's a good movie. That's worth all the fucking hype. I mean, to be honest with you, Blair Witch 2, The Book of Shadows, I think is a better movie. It's it's not found footage. It's got more people in it. It's got um not more people. I mean, it does have more. It does have a bigger cast, but
Did that end up losing money or making more money too? I forget.
probably. I know Good Bad Flicks did a video on it
Yeah.
on the
Cecil did
Blair
one
Witch
on it.
2.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Studio interference is what fucked that movie up, but it's really not that bad of a movie.
Hmm.
There's some cool things they do, like in the background and shit like that, where like pictures will change.
Hmm.
If you're like painted, like somebody will like walk past the picture and it'll be like kids smiling, and then as they pass it, it'll change to something else, and it'll be really fucking subtle, and you would have to like know that shit's in there to like see it, or to know when to pay attention.
Hmm.
But yeah, we're getting off track here. Record. I think Record is the best in the franchise. There are 4 Records.
Hmm.
Um, two, I think 2 is just called 2. 3
Yeah.
is called Genesis,
Yep.
and 4 is called
Yep.
Apocalypse. 4 is okay. 3 is the worst one in the
Hmm.
franchise. And Record 2 is really like Record 1.5.
Yeah.
Because it takes place in the same building, just from a different point of view.
And the same night too.
Yeah, same building, same night. Just some kids that are like blowing up a sex doll or something on the
Hmm.
roof. So you've got that. I mean, the way they connect it is kind of cool,
Hmm.
but like there are just some things in there where you're just like, like they don't connect to any other fucking characters
No.
that were there or anything like that. It's like they come out of nowhere. It might even be in the adjacent building, to be honest with you.
Possibly.
I'm not sure. I can't remember. I haven't seen that one in a long time.
Well, we'll see stuff about it tonight, so that'll probably refresh some of your memory.
Yeah. Let's watch this carnage count here.
Let me get the screen back up and go ahead. I'm good.
Is it playing for you?
What the fuck? Why is it not playing?
Is it still not playing for you?
It's still not playing for me.
Do you have to refresh?
I might have to do it again. 1 second. I'm refreshing now. It's taking a minute. Yeah, I'm definitely downloading WaterFox to deal with this shit.
Is it still refreshing?
No, it stopped refreshing. It's just not showing anything like time-wise now. Doesn't show the. No, now it's still refreshing. It wasn't. Now it is. Like it's not showing like the time on the video like it normally does. I mean, I can see that. I can actually see the play button too, since it's different from Firefox where it shows it. So I might be able to actually play something. Maybe. Let's see. Nope. Nothing's loading. God.
Are you
Oh,
on Chrome?
yeah, on Chrome. It says Red Carnage count, saying that you're playing it, but it's not showing anything. Hit it.
What?
Hit play. See if it comes. I'm gonna see if it comes up. It's not showing anything for me.
Not showing anything still?
It wasn't. I'm gonna refresh.
All right, I'll pause. Well, I would tell you to disconnect and reconnect to your router, but you'll probably lose the stream if you do that.
Yes, I would. Chrome's just been shitty for me.
You have bad weather over there?
No. Firefox works fine for me. Like, a page will just load on Firefox, but it's not capturing it because it fucking updated. So, the only way I can capture anything is with fucking Chrome.
Blame Gene and blame Jenny. Scotia. Jenny, I think Jenny might be the biggest blame, Goshen. Jenny, what did you do? Why did you do this, Jenny?
It's Jenny's fault. Come on. Fucking load already. Still circle.
Circling tells me that there's a connection problem.
But there isn't, though.
Well, you don't fucking know that.
What do you mean I don't? It's a connection problem with Chrome. I don't use Chrome ever. I never do.
I'm just telling you, every time that happens to me, I disconnect, reconnect to my
I can see it.
boom.
Go ahead and play.
Play?
Yep.
Good? Are you good?
Yes. Play.
All right, let's see if it plays for you. Is that playing for you?
It's showing the loading circle.
I've hit play.
I know. I hit play too. Nothing is showing. No sound is coming through.
All right.
Nope. No, now when you pause it, I can see things. It just... Okay, go back. Go back to the start.
Is it working?
Yes, it's working. Yes, it's working. It's up. Thank you.
Okay.
God.
I don't know what the problem is over there.
I don't know either. I don't use Chrome. This is why I don't use Chrome too, because it always has this issue for me.
Get him. Tear his throat out.
Oof.
Here it is.
Oh. Yep. There's that
you
sound.
guys like... Yeah. Run. You're fucked.
And none of them are really zombies. They're all pretty much demons.
Yeah. That's like the twist.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like
Kind of like Night of the Demon or Deadites, almost.
it's like demon rabies.
That's the guy who fell, isn't it?
Maybe I didn't get a good look at him.
Was that one of the paramedics outside reaching in that was infected?
It's possible.
Snap.
Oh man, the nigga just snapping necks. Snap these necks. You can't.
When Catholicism goes wrong.
Oh, this fucking beast.
And she dies. Total kills 13.
I 100% believe that last scene right there, that last like that sort of last what's the word? That last like night vision scene. I swear to God that fucking inspired Outlast.
Probably.
I swear to fucking God. They're like, oh, you're gonna play hide and seek in a mental institution. Crazy fucking people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's watch Record 2.
You're gonna have to pause it again.
I gotta pause it again.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it spinning? Is that
Yeah.
what? Jesus.
I know.
Okay, you stay in the room. Let me refresh.
Okay. Yeah, that fixed it. What the fuck?
Good?
Yeah, it's playing. It's playing fine.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
I have no idea, man.
Nice titties.
Oh yeah, I remember this. That's right. That's right. Because they also show it to you from like the point of view of like the SWAT guys,
Mm-hmm.
and they're sort of like HUDs for like video games. They
Mm-hmm.
look kind of cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. They look like almost the fucking
Hashtag blame Jenova.
hashtag blame. They look almost like the fucking Raccoon City Umbrella
Stars?
Corporation. Yeah.
Stars, yeah.
Yeah, they did look like a HUD, like you'd see in fucking Stars shit.
Like they don't have it in the trailer, but if you like when it's on them, they'll have like a flat line, like a
Yeah.
heartbeat monitor and shit like that.
So that's the priest, right?
I believe so.
So he was doing all this for the church? Is that the whole thing?
I think he was trying to find a cure.
You won't sleep after watching this.
I mean, I probably will sleep fine.
This summer.
This summer.
Oh my god, movie guy.
Of one of the scariest films of all time. Dare you to take a second look.
Hey, isn't that wasn't that the girl from the end of the first one?
Yep, she's in number 4 too. She becomes like
The main character?
yeah. She's not in the third one though.
Because it's supposed to be a prequel, I think, isn't it?
The third one is a prequel, yeah. All right, let's see. Let's pause that for a 2nd just to hope. But yeah, record 2 not as good as the first record. I think that's because you know what you're getting into now, right? Yeah. Getting into 28 days later zombies and that whole thing, and I like the idea that's from like a different point of view, kind of, because there's it's not just from the point of view of the SWAT guys. There's like some kids that have a camera as well.
Yeah. So
there's a lot of shit like that, and it is another what's the word I'm looking for? It is a different point of view, and there's a little bit more action in it because the guys are like SWAT team, So there is a little bit more like gunfighting and shit like that. Hey Zach, how you doing, man? But I mean, as good as the first one, no. But I think a game like that sort of. I mean, when did Left 4 Dead come out? Because it kind of reminds me of Left 4 Dead as well. I think Left 4 Dead came first before Record 2. Record 2 is 2009.
Yep, Left 4 Dead came out in 2008, so one year before.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh wait, latest released was in November 17th, 2009. So maybe they added stuff from the movie into the game as well.
I don't know. There are some similarities, so I don't know. I'm sure Left 4 Dead has its influences in a lot of different things.
Yeah.
28 Days Later, Record, obviously, and some other things. Like I said, the last scene on Record is like Outlast wouldn't exist if it wasn't for that scene. I swear to God, because when you play Outlast, it's so similar, especially if you go into like night vision mode. So, anybody played Outlast? That game's scary as fuck.
There's a sequel.
I heard Outlast 2 is pretty shit.
Oh.
I heard it's pretty shit. But I heard they do some. I heard there's some okay things with it. But I mean, the first Outlast, that's where it's at. That's. I mean, that's usually how it works with a lot of shit. The firsts are always the best. All right, let's watch this carnage count.
1 second, and you're good. Is it playing for you?
It is. Is it playing for you?
No.
Really?
It's the loading again. Pause it. We'll try that, I guess.
Did that play?
No, it's not playing. It's just the loading screen still.
Are we gonna have to sit here and refresh back and forth?
Probably.
Refresh it.
I will.
It's a great show tonight, folks. Really fantastic.
I wish fucking Firefox didn't update. There we go. Now I can see something. Go ahead and play.
Let's see if it plays for you. Is it playing?
There's a circle.
Nothing still.
No, you can pause it.
Yeah.
It's still just this loading circle. That's all I'm seeing.
Stop ruining the show, Jenova. I'm sorry, Porky.
What the fuck? I hit play that time.
It's playing for me. Is it playing for you?
It's not.
Okay. This is weird, man.
I don't know what fucking... like I said, I'm just gonna download Waterfox and deal with it. Now I see things. Go ahead and hit play.
Let's see.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, it's working.
Yeah. Oh man.
See how he's got like the heart rate monitor?
Yep. Well, he's dead. Demon child. That's not creepy.
They're like fucking dinosaurs.
Do they get supernatural powers a little bit? Like crawling on the fucking wall and shit like that?
I think so. I think like anything you could probably think a demon could do, they could probably do. Probably fast, could probably jump from a good height. How about that shit, dude? They killed that guy and then threw him off the fucking railing.
Well, he's gone.
Suicide is not a joke, folks.
Demon children.
Yeah. You gotta watch out for the animals, too.
Alright, infect animals, that's right.
Put this fucking sparkler in their mouth. That's like a fucking Zombieland kill of the week thing.
Where's the kids? Did she shoot the wrong person?
She did. She did. She accidentally shot one of the firefighters.
When sharing the bathroom goes wrong. God.
It's so creepy looking. And now it's even like more decayed than it was in the first one.
Yeah. Quit, kid, with the camera. There you go. You did it. What the fuck? Did you just kill the priest?
Yeah. There's like some sort of like special something going on with her because at the end of the first one she gets infected.
Mm-hmm.
The old lady thingy fucking like pries her mouth open and like spits this fucking thing into her mouth. It's alive. It's like some weird like fish demon thing.
Okay.
Slug, I don't know, but it drops it into her fucking mouth, and you think, okay, she's fucking been infected or whatever, and then you get to the second one and she like coughs it up or something. I guess she's pure. She's a good Catholic, I guess.
No, it's because she's a Protestant. That's why it rejects it.
No, not in Spain.
No.
All right, let's move on to the next movie. Let's see if we can.
Maybe she's an atheist. Maybe that's the thing.
Is this playing for you?
No, it is not.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
I'm sorry, dude.
I mean, it's not your fault, but holy fuck. We might as well, like, when it plays, we should just let it play because Jesus fuck.
Mm-hmm. You paused
Not
it?
work. I paused it.
I'll play it, see if it does anything. It's not even letting me play it.
Not even letting you play it.
There we go. Wait, no, it's not. Nothing's happening. It's still that loading. Come on, Chrome, please. Wait, there's time now. It's taking forever, but the time's slowly getting there. Come on. It says 0000000000000. Come on. Acknowledge the video's there. Here, let me refresh and see if that fixes something. It may or may not.
Dead air.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Kimosabi.
Come on, fucking.
That was a great song, wasn't it, folks? Whoa, Kimosabi. Or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Was it Goodbye Horses? But like,
yeah, it was Goodbye. It's like a parody of Goodbye Horses. Yeah. Try playing it, I guess. It says why you should see Rec 2 is loaded, but it doesn't show the actual thing. There we go. It's going. It was. I saw the fucking screen. Can you pause it?
I can pause it.
Yeah,
I paused it.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. It like showed the fucking like image as soon as you played it, and now it's not showing anything but a loading circle. It shows the time, but it shows it at 00.
Does your Chrome need to be updated?
I have no idea. Let's see.
Everything.
It's playing.
Always as it's
Go back to the beginning.
Okay.
Go
We
back
also
to the
learned that people don't like subtitles.
intricately woven haunting fairy tale where we learn that sometimes we find love.
Are you watching it? Is it good?
Yes, it's good.
And that everything isn't always as it seems.
But Goodbye
Okay.
Horses is a
We
parody
also
of
learned that
music.
people don't like subtitles, and in that case, it's perfectly fine to just shoot the movie again, shot for shot, but in English this time.
The way it was originally intended.
That's what happened to Quarantine. Record. Record is a fright-filled, low-budget Espanolish film.
I will
about
have
the triumph of
to.
the human spirit in the face of
I'll have to say
adversity.
the one thing
And in
about
this
this
case,
franchise
adversity means
is
cannibalism.
naming it
a lot like
Record
that Willem
is
Dafoe
the
movie.
worst
Improving on the trend
name.
of found
Yeah.
footage films that took off with the Blair Witch Syndrome in Cloversdale, Record features
Cloversdale.
something that most of these types of movies lack:
Cloversdale.
a professional cameraman. Contrary to what most
She's
filmmakers
cute.
think, shaky cam movies are made much better when the person behind the camera is able to point it in the right direction.
Record
ass.
achieves this by having its cameraman be a part of the news team, shooting a piece at the fire department when a call comes in about, and I don't think anyone saw this coming, bam, zombies. What follows is one of the more realistic portrayals of a zombie brouhaha.
I think
we've
this
seen.
is why you
While we
should
don't
watch
expect
Record
everyone
2.
to know exactly how to deal
Yeah,
with
it
an
is.
unexpected increase in zombie population, most of the characters are smarter than the average outbreak movie stooge. Special exception for the mother who thinks her daughter is just sick.
What a melon head. It's probably because of the mere $2 million budget that the movie turned out so well. Movies with lower budgets tend to be made for the love of it, as is the case with this and Let the Right One In, which had a $4 million budget. While bigger budget movies are usually made to turn a profit, as is the case with Let Me In and Quarantine, which quintupled and sextupled their budgets respectively, and the remakes usually suffer for it. Higher budget equals more executive meddling. Sorry, Quarantine. You suck.
It
But
does
everyone
suck.
already knows all this, and why would we review a movie you've all seen and love?
I don't know, but we just did.
Did you know there was a sequel? That's what we really wanted to talk about. Quarantine 2, Zombies on a Plane.
What?
Oh, no, I mean Record 2, Back in the Habit.
That's not saying Quarantine 2 doesn't exist. It does.
Yeah.
But it's nothing
Back
like
in the
Quarantine.
Habit.
The twist at the end of Quarantine
That's a
is that the zombie
fucking
infection was caused by a terrorist
Sister
cell.
Act
It kind of
joke.
cuts the narrative off right there. So the second Quarantine is about a zombie terrorist on a plane and has nothing to do
Zombie
with anything
terrorism.
except that they mentioned the quarantine building from the first, and then they also steal
no.
the first-person camera thing. But the first Record ends with a religious twist that's quite unexpected and ties nicely to the second in ways we cannot mention.
Let's just say there are some activities that might be considered paranormal.
Would you say they're supernatural activities too?
No. But it's a great twist that takes the plain
It's
old
so
zombie
bad.
outbreak story and shoulder rolls it in a different
What a
direction.
terrible
The
joke.
resulting
I
originality
love it.
is breathtaking. What follows is one of the more realistic portrayals of a zombie brouhaha we've ever seen.
A
While we don't
brouhaha?
expect everyone to know exactly how to deal with an unexpected increase in zombie population, most of the characters
Locking
are
the door
smarter than
helps.
the average outbreak movie stooge.
Didn't you already say that about the
Yeah, he
first
did.
one?
Prove it.
You did say that, though.
Provide proof.
I can show you the script. It's right here. in the
Regardless of what I may have allegedly said about the first one, this movie has just as much, or maybe more, or maybe even the same amount of realisticism as Record.
It's probably because of the mere
Realisticism?
$6 million budget that the movie turned out so well. Of course, not everything is realistic, but it's
These
about
guys
as real
are
as the
smart,
subject matter
okay.
allows it to be. The best part about it is that the characters this time are trained professionals, so the story has to be a little more creative in the way things go horribly wrong. The acting here isn't great from everybody, but the movie's more action-oriented
This is
anyway,
why
so the
Catholics
lesser
can't
actors
be
don't take much
president
away from your
anymore.
enjoyment.
It's like, when were they ever president?
Couldn't think
John F. Kennedy?
Yeah.
There's a great
That's
performance
the
from
last
Squad
time you had a
Commander, who's
Catholic
scary-looking enough
president.
on his own.
They're
He
all
capably
they're all
portrays
fucking
the conviction and
Protestants. No wonder
desperation
the
his
fucking
character
country's the
feels. He leads the
shithole.
special ops team on a mission to retrieve a sample of zombie blood from the original host.
Got him.
He's hell-bent on completing that mission, and he
Obama
doesn't
sure
care
shit wasn't.
how many lives must be spent in order to do it.
An
Obama
excellent
was a
detail
Muslim.
here is
Yeah.
that all of the original cast is back
First and last.
from the
Yeah.
dead. Every zombie bite victim from the
That's
first
right,
movie
Zach.
returns to return as the afflicted. It's attention to details like this that we most appreciate in a movie. The directors had quite a workout dealing with the frantic pacing and continuity, since the movie is basically one long scene that's only interrupted by a shift in perspective to a second group of characters. But they managed to keep it impressively cohesive, to the point that you don't even notice the cuts.
The sound designer should get a trophy.
Fuck.
They told him, stay away
Not
from the
much of the
fucking
location
windows.
soundtrack could be used because of how hectic things got on set, so an enormous part of the audio was done in a studio. Ooh. And it's layered so nicely you could just vomit. She likes it. The writing is good, the action is great, the special effects, pacing, every aspect of the movie is excellent. Except for the catering. It was terrible! I found a scorpion in my gelato! I was gonna go take a bite, right? And a scorpion claw in my face! It almost pinched my eye out. You know what could have happened? I could have gotten a poisoned eye. A festering, swollen eyeball.
Thanks.
Poor craft service aside. Record 2 is a movie living in the
Thanks
shadow of its
for that
predecessor and its
bit.
predecessor's remake that ultimately surpasses both. For the found footage
What?
slash horror genre, this is definitely the
What did
most
you just fucking
unappreciated,
say?
regardless of how
You heard what he
appreciated it
said.
already may be.
This
However much
surpasses
it's
the first
appreciated,
film.
it should be appreciated. that
Better
much
than
more.
the first movie?
And
Are you
so
out of
we
your
counted
fucking
upon-
mind?
Okay. And so, we counted among the Twin Perfect Essential Viewing Collection a list of movies we think should set the standard in realisticity for all movies henceforth.
This collection
Realisticity.
foregoes the usual top 10 formula in favor of a more, these movies are better than most and you probably haven't seen them, but if you have, good for you, we're all very impressed. Matrix.
Too bad we can't
Okay.
just tell them all the movies right now.
That would be giving it all away.
But we
I
are
don't think
giving them
they've
all
ever
away.
added
Not at
to
once.
this list, by the way.
You know what I meant? God, what is with you today?
Sorry, I haven't been getting much sleep recently. Not since the scorpion. I'm night terrors now.
Stop with the joke. It's not
Sometimes I
funny.
imagine a giant scorpion over
Oh, you don't think it's funny?
No.
Oh, I can see it now.
You don't think you think when they were writing this script, they were dying of laughter when they put the scorpion thing in there?
Probably.
One of them was like, "Oh, we'll talk about the catering and like it's fucking." Is that working for you? Is that playing?
No.
It's not playing.
No.
And it went to the next one. And it didn't automatically play for you.
No.
It's terrible. That's stupid.
I know.
Is it just spinning?
Yeah.
What an awful thing.
It is. And now OBS is freaking out too. Oh, there we go. It's fine. It's good. We're good. Go ahead. Yep.
Is this playing for you?
Yes, it is.
Okay. This is an English trailer.
Okay.
Dearly beloved,
I know, Zach,
we are
I know.
gathered here today to bear witness to this holy matrimony, to celebrate a love that is caring, accepting, and enduring of all things.
So she becomes a demon
For what
zombie.
God has joined together,
No, actually, I think she
tear
survives.
apart.
Okay. Oh.
This never happened when you didn't have a job. Quit for our entertainment. I wish I could say.
Oh yeah,
She's the badass.
it really helps wearing a dress and having a chainsaw.
Rec 3, Genesis.
Chord 3 sucks. I'm not even gonna pause this. We're just gonna go into the next trailer. And if it doesn't work for you, just let me know. Is it playing for you?
No.
All right, give it a second. Maybe it'll play.
Yeah, it's taking a minute.
Record 3 is a prequel, and it takes place on an island during a wedding, and it's really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Not good. Some of it is in found footage, but some of it's not.
How does that work for a film?
I don't know. They do that in a couple like movies like that though.
It's good. We're good now. You can put it back and we'll play. It's showing.
Good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Here, I'll put it all the way back to the start here.
Okay. I put it at 2 seconds, but you put it at 0 seconds.
Yeah.
So.
It didn't even go back to when you did that, so I don't know what that's about.
Jesus. It's like we're not even in the same room.
I know.
Thousands of miles from civilization.
So this one's the one that's just okay, right?
It's better than 3.
Señora.
Zombie. Demon. The fuck? Are they launching a nuke?
I think he's gonna self-destruct the boat.
An adrenaline-driven roller coaster ride. That's why Rec 4 surpasses its predecessor.
Prepare for the final chapter of the epic horror franchise.
I wouldn't call it that.
What do they got, a drill?
Oh, bus off.
Rec 4
Was that a
Apocalypse.
fucking boat motor?
I think so, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pause for a second.
That's fine.
So yeah, record 3 not that good. Record 4 better. Record 4 takes place on like a research boat,
Uh-huh.
you know, and they're trying to figure out like a cure for it, and they've got the main character from the first 2 movies there, and they're sort of experimenting on her.
Yeah, because he's supposed to be special, right?
Yeah, she's supposed to be. I think they want to figure out how, like, why her body rejected it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're using her as like a test subject, and you get that whole thing along with it. But then obviously you get an outbreak on the boat, on the vessel. I don't even remember where. I think it is. I think it's like a, it's a big fucking ship. So, and then like at the end, you think like she's defeated everything, and they pan down into the water, and like a demon fish sort of, like swims by.
It's in the water now.
Now it's in the fucking water. I'd like. Is there only subtitles for 4 too? There's subtitles. There's subtitles for all of them now. You might even be able to find dubbed versions now, Jenny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's better than 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might even like it more than 2, but I think it depends. And it's not found footage. There might be like a little bit like, oh, here's them on security cameras or something, just for like, just for like some sort of
an
effect.
error occurred. Please try again later. What the fuck?
For what?
Watch Together said that to me.
Watch Together said that to you?
Yes.
It's not up right now?
It says an error occurred. Please try again later. Playback ID. Learn more.
Did you refresh?
No, I just kept it paused as it was loading.
Try refreshing it.
I will. What the fuck?
Watch Together's been a piece of shit recently.
The funny thing is, this played fine on Firefox, and it will play fine on Firefox, but it won't capture in fucking OBS.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Did the refresh work?
It's still loading.
Okay.
Okay. Watch Together's loaded. And it's actually there. So hopefully when you play it...
Let's test it.
Yeah, go ahead and test it.
Let's play the quarantine. Let's play the quarantine trailer.
Go ahead and play. Loading screen.
All right. Well,
it'll probably take a minute to actually get to it, so wait. I'll wait. I'll let you know when I can actually see it. God. I hit play.
You hit play?
I wanted to see if it did anything. Oh, now it actually is fine. Yeah, it's fine. Go ahead and play. Yeah.
All right, I'm back at the beginning.
Yep, it's playing. Go ahead.
All right. What the fuck?
I know. I guess I'll...
Ready?
Take out the cartridge and blow
I'm
on it.
Angela Vidal. We're in Los Angeles.
Andrea, we're having problems with Watch Together. Watch Together is being a problem.
Well, it's being a problem for me because I'm using Google Chrome to watch it, and for me, Google Chrome never works, right?
I mean, I'm using Chrome right now, and it works fine.
I don't know why.
Okay, so this is Quarantine. This is the American remake of Record.
Tape everything. You hear me? Tape everything.
Everything. Tape it all.
Sit down. Mary, have an officer down. I need an ambulance immediately.
It's a shot-for-shot remake too, by the way.
Yeah, pretty much. I would say probably like 99% shot-for-shot remake.
We were told that tenants inside need medical aid. Chief.
Everyone's been evacuated. Everyone's completely safe.
Why would he say that?
I can't get through to my husband and my daughter.
Dead body.
That's the same scene. That's the scene I was talking about.
We're filming this. People are gonna see what you're doing.
She is Jenny. That's Jennifer Carpenter. She is Dexter's sister, Deborah.
Yep.
They were also married for a while.
Were they?
They were married while they were acting as brother and sister.
That's not creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
You have no idea how bad this thing is.
The man who lives here.
And he gets shot. And dying time. Ends the same way as the original movie.
It's because the whole movie is the same.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me pause this. I know we're gonna have problems, but
okay.
Yeah, quarantine. I know Strog said he liked quarantine. And that maybe if Gene had a MacBook and he was using Safari, this wouldn't be a problem.
Who the fuck just said that?
Porky.
Well, you know what, Porky? You know what I'm gonna do to you right now?
You
Damn
know
it!
what he's gonna do to you
I can't
right now,
fuck.
Porky?
I can't time him out. Fuck, because he's got the mob thing. Shit. Damn it.
Yeah, everybody's got a mod. Yeah.
Ah, damn. I wanted to use my
Almost.
powers. I wanted to abuse
Almost
them.
got it. Almost had it, Porky. I was here for you, Porky.
Yeah, have fun not gaming, faggot. There we go.
Have fun not gaming, Porky, you fig. So yeah, like Strug said that he enjoyed the remake, and that's cool. I think when I first saw it, I liked it. But if you watch it is a shot for shot remake.
Yeah.
Almost everything. I would say, like I said, 99% everything is the fucking same.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't feel as good as the first one. It's like
No.
that whole thing about like lightning in a bottle.
Yeah,
and-
you can't capture it twice.
Yeah. So, I mean, even the scene, like my favorite scene where the firefighter falls, like, right?
Yeah.
And here I'm like, "Brr." That same scene had no impact on me when I saw it.
No.
And I saw this, but I saw Quarantine in the fucking theaters.
Banned Porky.
in empty fucking theater, by the way. It was just me and another friend of mine. And we both liked Record, so we went to go see. So we were like, oh, this is Quarantine. I know what this movie is. We felt cool. We were like, oh yeah, we've seen the original. Y'all don't know about the original.
Yeah.
And then we realized we were talking to an empty theater, and there was nobody there to look cool in front of. But I mean, for me, the remake is just fucking shallow.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel the same. I don't know though. I think maybe if it had come out before Record and it wasn't a remake, then maybe it would have done better at the box office, or people would maybe respect it a little more.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's weird. It's, you know, for a shot for shot remake, it's really hard. You know, they were that Twin Perfect video we were talking about. They had brought up Let the Right One In.
Yeah.
Right. And the remake, the American remake, is not only a shot for shot remake. I think it's called Let Me In is the American remake. I might have those titles mixed up, but the American remake is not only shot for shot, but it's from the same director.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And the American remake is so much worse than the original. Let me in, Let the Right One In.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Let the Right One In, it's a fantastic movie. You should see it. It's a movie about vampires, and it's awesome. But I don't know. Quarantine just doesn't cut it after a while. I mean, if you can't find a subtitled or dubbed version of the original Record movie, or you're just somebody who doesn't like to read subtitles, then go with the Quarantine, because it's fucking in English, so you'll be fine that way. But I mean, I wouldn't expect to.
If you strike me down, I should become more powerful than you ever can imagine. Will you become Baby Yoda?
Baby Porky.
Baby Porky.
Do they glitter? I only like glittery vampires.
Well, this Jared Leto glitter is the real thing. That's his ultimate vampire right there.
He's gonna be a vampire this year.
Yeah,
He's gonna be Morbius.
Yes.
Or Mobius, or whatever the fuck that thing's name is. You know, Robert Pattinson Twilight vampire was bad. Wait till you see Jared Leto as a vampire. It's gonna be really fucking gay.
You mean he isn't one already in real life?
No, he's a fucking. He's too gay even for vampires to be a vampire in real life. Fucking Jared Leto, you suck, dude. You suck, Jared Leto. You hear me, Jared Leto? Fucking suck, dude. There's a map of the world on your face. Stupid song. All right. Be right back, fapping. All this chit chat's gonna get you bit. You talking to me, Porky? Porky, I know you ain't threatening me. I know you know better than that. Yeah, quarantine for me doesn't hold up. I
Yeah.
know, like I said, Strog said he liked it, and that's cool. Like I said, if you can't find a subtitle or you just don't want to read subtitles, go with the quarantine one. Don't expect it to have the same impact, but
No.
if you're like, okay, well, it looks cool and I'm curious about the story and shit like that, then you'll get all of that in quarantine. You'll get the exact same thing, how it works and everything like that. And oh, they're not zombies, they're demons, and it's sort of like demon rabies virus. It's called the Armageddon virus.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not I don't know too much of the I know the basics about it, but I don't know enough. That's why we're gonna watch this next video.
Eventually, we'll watch this next video.
Eventually, sure. We'll have to skip through it a little bit.
All right, go ahead.
Oof, don't mess with you. Yeah, let me see if this plays for you real quick here, Gene. All right. I'm
Loading.
playing it. It's playing.
Loading circle.
Loading circle. Loading.
It'll come up eventually, I'm sure, but I gotta wait for it. It's a joy. Uh-huh.
Come on.
Any fucking day now.
Wait, it's really called Armageddon virus of all the phoned in lazy writing. Yeah, Zach. It may have a different name in the Spanish version, but in quarantine, I believe it's called the Armageddon virus.
What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna refresh. I'll be back.
Okay, refresh. 2 hours later.
That's how I feel. Yeah.
I can't do that, boy. Is that a French voice?
2
Jenny?
hours later.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That was pretty good. Several months later. Hey, Eric. Eric, we're having watch together issues right now.
Watch Together's loaded, but the playlist isn't loaded. What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck is with that, dude? Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Oui. Is it playing? Is it playing for you?
No, I hit play, and it's not playing for me.
It was playing for me, but I stopped it.
Nothing's appearing yet.
We have an officer down.
Come on.
An eternity.
An eternity later. It's not letting me hit the play button at all on fucking Watch Together.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about, man.
Try hitting play yourself.
Okay. And I'm hitting play.
It shows you hit play, but it doesn't show me the fucking... God.
Why would he say that? I paused it. You
know.
want me to try to? You want me to try to refresh?
Sure, go ahead.
Sweets, you are obsessed with that GIF.
The booty one?
Yeah. Is it playing for you?
No.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck the deal is. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, there it is.
Got it?
Well, it shows that come out. Go ahead and
What
try.
does it show?
It shows Armageddon Virus Quarantine Explained. It shows the time. Let me try playing it, actually. And now it's a loading screen. It's playing for you, I know, but it's not playing for me. Which makes no fucking sense. Up, come on, load. Actually fucking load.
Load. Survive. Survive.
Okay, it's up now. Go ahead.
All right. Is this playing?
Yes.
We might have to skip some of this.
That's fine.
Just because he blow your load, YouTube. We might have to skip some of this because he does tend to play more clip than I would prefer.
Yeah, that's fine.
As seen in the 2008 horror film Quarantine.
I see
starring
cellulite.
Jennifer Carpenter,
Bust a
Jay
loading.
Hernandez, and Columbus Short, which was a remake of the 2007 Spanish horror film Wreck. The film centers around a news reporter and a cameraman who were trapped inside a building being quarantined by the CDC. The cause of the quarantine is essentially a virus outbreak.
CDC motherfuckers. Come get me, motherfuckers. You ain't quarantining me. Can't quarantine me, sucker.
Clearly, Jenova would be the guy that would hide his virus till the very end.
Bringing about the end of the world.
Yeah.
The story begins with Angela, a
I think
reporter,
I'm just gonna
and
let
a
you take me
cameraman,
out because I
Scott,
got a
who were
fucking
doing
little
story
bit of
in
a
the local
bite.
fire brigade in Los Angeles.
No.
What starts off as a relaxed night of easy reporting turns into a nightmare.
I do notice the
when
cellulite
Angela
on the
and
legs
Scott
right behind,
join a group
below
of
the butt.
firefighters who
Yeah,
are
she's got
dispatched to a
cellulite.
residence encountering some
Got fat
problems.
ass.
If you're gonna have a
It's
dark
my
film,
right
you'd need
as a
to have
human
lightness to balance it
to
out.
turn
And the
into a zombie
introduction where
before I'm
Angela
put
interviews the
down.
chief before meeting the rest of
Fuck
the
you,
firefighters
CDC.
serves just that purpose. The opening scenes lull you into a false sense
Oh,
of
but you're
security.
contagious.
The
You can
happy
take other
smiles of
people.
the
I don't give a
firefighters, their
fuck.
banter and good nature.
Woo,
Although you
firefighters!
spend a good 10 minutes at the station, it doesn't feel like the scenes drag on, mainly because nothing feels forced, and the acting is pretty naturalistic. All the firefighters make it feel like a warm and safe place, with a little bit of cheekiness here and there
Woo,
from Fletcher.
it's
A little bit
fun.
of cheekiness.
admit,
When did the
camera
fucking
techniques and
what's with the
editing between
Brits in
most of
there?
the shots were not
Oh,
unbearable
cheeky.
like other films
Oh, it's
that attempt to use
cheeky.
the found footage
Shut up.
technique and use bizarre cuts that make no sense. In Quarantine, you get a stable progression that makes
Looks like
it
she
feel
sat in the gravel
real.
driveway for an hour.
What? Nigga,
While
just tell me
Angela
about
and
the
Scott
fucking
are
Armageddon
exploring the
virus.
fire
I don't need your
station,
movie
an alarm
critiques.
soon
You're
goes
wrong.
off, sending firefighters Jake and
It looks like
Fletcher
good enough to give her a
investigate the
small
disturbance, with
smell
Angela and
test.
Scott joining them
Passes,
for the ride.
smashers. No, not
They
doggo.
arrive at a building to find the manager, who explains that one of his tenants had been screaming upstairs.
I think
but was
she's a
now
Puerto
silent.
Rican.
Joined by some
boxer.
officers, Angela and the
think.
firefighters make it upstairs to Mrs. Espinosa's
She's one of
apartment.
yours, Goshen.
They then
Yeah.
enter to find the woman standing in the hallway, covered in blood and foaming at the mouth. As they approach her, a
That's
dog
how you.
runs out of
That's
the room.
usually how you find most
The woman
women.
appears to be in some type
Covered
of
in
shock
blood,
and
foaming
is
at the
crying
mouth.
and moaning as they try and
That's just
Standing,
what is happening.
waiting for you.
That's just that time of the month,
She
right?
bites one of the officers before being subdued by Fletcher. The group then
Ma'am?
immediately moves downstairs to seek medical attention, only to find that the building has now been locked.
You
which
know
is
what
when
you
the nightmare
did.
begins. One of my favorite things about this film is that it has no musical score, and the only audio that we hear other than the dialogue is pure sound effects, which really capture the intensity and unsettling reality of being trapped in a building with low light and a developing zombie-like outbreak. Every sound is either a clue or potential danger, which makes it really hard to relax. As
Jennifer
the film
Carpenter is
progresses,
made up
Jake
of
and Danny
right
head back up to
angles.
restrain Mrs. Espinosa and are followed by Angela and Scott. They discover the cleaning lady who collapses.
She a skinny anorexic fucking thing, Eric. Made up of right angles.
They begin to round up the tenants, asking them to group downstairs. It's here that we begin to see that a few people who
You all
have
can get
been
the
attacked
fuck
by anyone
downstairs.
have also begun to succumb to the virus. In one of the apartments, they find another woman foaming at the mouth, who appears to be very ill, and next to her bed is a rat that is immediately killed by the cameraman. They then open the textile shop downstairs in an attempt to make it out, and are met with police on the other side, who threaten to shoot them before their exit is sealed shut.
Nigga, are you gonna tell me about the Armageddon virus or not?
Them from informing anyone outside of what is happening. Angela then overhears
Porky, I
Jake
love
say the
your
letters B and
Porky, I
C,
love your
and when asked what it
2008
meant,
South
he
Park
reveals
joke,
that it
bro.
means they are
So
essentially
good.
dealing with a biological, nuclear,
It's current year,
or chemical
Porky.
threat, which is why they have been quarantined in this manner. The news is also downplaying the events by falsely claiming all of the people.
Oh, I was
inside
muted
the
and didn't
building
realize
have
that.
been
Good.
evacuated.
He was
start to
muted.
feel a sense of their desperation as each attempt
Use
to
current
ask for
South
help
Park jokes,
or
Porky.
to escape is met with indifference and the threat of execution. Angela then interviews a young girl called
Wait till
Brianna,
it
who appears to
catches
be
up and he hears it. He's gonna be so
the
sad.
girl explains
Yeah,
that
he
her
will.
dog Max was sick and had been taken to the vet. by her
Joey
father,
King?
who was
Oh my
outside
god,
on
that
vacation.
fucking little girl is Joey
As the
King.
film continues,
She's
Lawrence,
in just
vet who
the
lives in
worst
apartment,
horror
who's
movies
been
you can
doing his
find.
best to treat all the injured and sick
Like
folk,
like
comes to the
Wish
realization
Upon
that
and
based on
shit
their
like
persistent
that.
symptoms of
Not fitting that she's in this
constant
movie then, I
bleeding to
guess.
the salivary and tear ducts, delirium, and their inability to speak.
I think
he's
compared to what
almost
she's
certain
been
they were
in,
all
this is probably
suffering
the
symptoms
best best thing
similar to that
she's
of
ever
rabies.
done.
He goes on to explain that in animals, it usually takes a couple of months for these symptoms to take hold, and he's essentially shocked and surprised that this virus only takes a few minutes to affect its victims. He also reveals that there is essentially no cure, and the virus was 100%
There is
fatal.
no cure.
The CDC soon arrived and explained that Brianna's dog Max, which had been brought to the vet by her father, had infected all the other animals. The dog was traced back to the apartment, which is what inevitably led to this large-scale quarantine procedure.
Could be, Zach.
They all begin
I
succumbing
don't remember
to the
much
genre
about
and are taken
Ally
down
McBeal.
one by one as they try and survive the night. We are soon only left with Angela Scott
The
and
only thing
Jay,
I
who
remember
make it to
about
Yuri's apartment to retrieve
Ally
keys that
McBeal
will
is
facilitate their
ooga
plans to
cha
escape
cha,
from the
ooga
sewers.
ooga
Jake
ooga
is
cha
then busy,
cha. You guys
and the
remember
others
that?
were overwhelmed by the number of infected people
That
coming
was
up the
like
stairs,
a viral. That was
forcing
like
Scott and
viral before
Angela to
viral.
abandon their sewer escape and retreat to the penthouse apartment upstairs. It's here that they discover that a man from Boston, who was a member of a doomsday cult, had been cultivating the Armageddon virus.
Ah, he's a member of a
testing it on
doomsday
rats,
cult.
Some of which had escaped the
Oh, so the
apartment.
one Joaquin Phoenix
We
was a
then
part
see
of?
news articles about a tribe living on an island in the South Pacific that were completely wiped out by a mysterious
Where children
virus.
got a doomsday cult?
We also see another clipping that reveals a recent break into a weapons lab, as well as articles showing that a defector of
Okay,
the cult
alright.
had
Doomsday
revealed
cult
information about
breaks
the
into a
development of the
weapons
possible
lab.
Armageddon virus.
The dancing baby.
The two
That's
then
right,
stumble on a
Eric.
tape
Yeah.
recorder And turn it on, but it appears to be an unintelligible low-pitched sound.
Didn't Callista
In the
Flockhart
commentary
marry
featured on
Harrison
Blu-ray, it is
Ford?
explained
Yeah.
that the recorder
Are they
was actually
still
the journal
married?
of the
I'll see.
cultists,
One second.
revealing
I
that
guess he
he had
doesn't like
recorded an
women.
entire manifesto, which they intended to play unaltered during the scene. This would have explained much of the backstory.
Ooga cha cha,
However,
ooga,
upon
ooga,
editing the movie,
ooga cha
they agreed
cha.
that the less information revealed, the scarier
Or is it
the film
ooga
would
shaka?
ultimately be.
Ooga
Ooga shaka.
Which I'd have to agree with.
Ooga shaka.
I enjoyed Quarantine.
can't
I had actually
help
seen it before I
this
saw
feeling.
Red,
I can't
along with
stop
Western
this
audiences.
feeling.
In saying that,
Deep
Wreck is a much
inside
better
of
film
me.
that goes
You're still
in a
married to her.
different direction with its religious undertones.
What a
What's probably
schmuck.
The most disappointing aspect of Quarantine.
What is-
that
Harrison
it's
Ford
almost
sucks.
shot-for-shot
Yes, he
remake
does.
of The original film, which angered one of the Spanish co-writers and co-directors of the Rec series, who was furious at this and the fact that his film had only come out 1 year prior. The director was also pretty confused by why they avoided the religious themes of his film. Either way, it cannot be denied that Quarantine helped bring Rec to the spotlight, allowing its
Helped bring
distribution
it to
and
the
success
spotlight.
to extend beyond domestic borders. Well, that's all for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video on the Armageddon virus. Many thanks to the people who suggested I do a video on this film. If there are any other topics you'd like me to cover,
Your mom.
please let me know below. I'm curious to hear what you
Cover
guys
your
think
mom,
about
dude.
Quarantine and its predecessor, Rex.
Got 'em.
Share that in
The original
comments
is in
below.
Spanish, not Portuguese.
As always.
Yeah, the
it's been a
original is
pleasure.
Spanish,
Me out
Eric.
here with Film Comics Explained. Thanks for
Unless it
stopping
is
by.
Portuguese, but I'm
It's
pretty
Spanish.
Sure, I'm pretty sure it's Spanish.
It's Spanish.
All right, we don't need to see the rest of this
We
bullshit.
don't, we don't need to see the X-Men.
What is that? What is... Stop. I do recommend Film Comics Explained. He does some good videos. So, all right, Quarantine 2. Is this playing for you?
No.
Gene? No.
No.
All right. Well, I'll just sit here and
Spanganese, obviously.
just pause it for a second. Look, Quarantine 2 is Quarantine 2 is really bad. Takes place like on a
Oh, got it.
plane. Got it?
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's not waste any time.
Yeah. Oh,
We're goated.
Sweets told me about an actual language that's apparently like Singaporean English. That's awful. Slinglish.
Sounds terrible. We already have to deal with British English.
I know.
Some
It's
apartment
fucking
building in
terrible.
LA. Good, we're flying away.
Sir. Sir?
He's a zombie terrorist.
Sir? You're gonna have to stay still, okay?
I'm tired of these motherfucking viruses on this motherfucking plane.
Attention Flight 318. You're now under quarantine.
Did he say Flight 13?
Yeah. I mean, that's why I heard. I'm also a zombie.
We need your help.
Back the fuck up!
Our orders were to keep you alive and contained.
Our orders.
He's infected!
You know what orders are, don't you? Orders. Doesn't that look great?
No.
No? Say no.
I said no.
I don't know why she's singing. I don't know why she's singing. Yeah, it takes place in like a plane terminal. It's stupid. They go into like night vision at like towards the end sometimes. It's kind of like, did anybody see 28 Weeks Later? You know, 28 Weeks Later, the whole thing isn't found footage, but then like that girl has like a gun that has night vision on it, so now it's like found footage gun fucking
So a
vision.
plane is a metal tube. How the F can there be any excitement?
They land. Eventually they land, Zach. They land at a terminal eventually. It starts off on the plane because the Doomsday Cult guy that was working on the virus, he had escaped to the apartment before any of that shit happened, and he was on the plane carrying samples of the virus.
And Fatty got it, I guess, or what?
Yeah, because Fatty gets his because the sample of the virus are like rats.
Okay.
So he's got these rats on the plane. And then Fatty gets his finger bit or some shit. I don't fucking know. But the guy also has what's it called? He's got a cure. And there's only a couple of the cures that can be used. There's like 2 or 3.
We have missiles though.
Yeah, we do have missiles. I think they're trying to quarantine it.
Yeah.
Blow it up. I mean, I would have blown it up, and we do have missiles that burn so hot they kill viruses.
Yep.
So you can hit like bio labs with them and shit. But
soundtrack by The Cure.
I'm sure they were. I mean, I don't know what's going on in the background of that movie. It's fucking sucks. It doesn't even require that much analysis, to be honest with you. It's fucking terrible. But yeah, there's like a cure. Then but the bad guy, the guy that like created the virus, he does get bit.
Okay.
And then he uses the cure and it doesn't work. So he's just a fucking demon.
So much for that plan.
Yeah, it looks like they really tried to turn this into another franchise.
Oh boy. That always goes well.
And what's his name? Like the guy said in the last video, one of the directors of the first record was pissed because they did the remake like less than a year after the movie came out. He was pissed about that. So they were like, well, it's quarantine now. We've changed things, so now we own those things, so we can make our own franchise. But it stops at Quarantine 2, unless there's a Quarantine 3, and I just haven't heard of it.
I don't think there is.
I don't think there is. I haven't seen it. I vote it's gay. It's gay. It's totally gay.
Would have been better if Ray Liotta was on the plane. Jeff Goldblum plays the virus. Jeff
Goldblum plays the virus. Well, you see, life finds a way.
God.
Old Jeff Goldblum.
He's a meme.
He is a meme, and he thinks Woody Allen is a good person.
Yes, he does.
So, what does that say about all the fucking pedo perverts of Hollywood? Stupid. But that, that is the
that's the series, yeah.
That's the Record franchise. All four original Spanish films plus the 2 American. I mean, I guess you could call the second one a remake. It's really a sequel remake, I guess.
Yeah.
After the first Quarantine movie, it goes off on its own. They're like, we could do it. We could do it at an airplane terminal. We could go to like church. We could do it at another apartment building.
They should have made
a school bus.
They should have made it 4 films and made them go into space with it.
Let's do it in space. They made that movie already. It's called Life. Oh wait, no. Life wasn't about that. Life is like they find some weird alien parasite,
Mm-hmm.
and as it like eats people, it like grows and grows and grows.
Yep.
Stupid movie. Quarantine 3, the bingo hall. Was there a record comic? Zach, I don't know. Nowadays that seems like something that like you would get. Okay, there'd be some comics.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe there are, but I don't know if there were originally when the movies came out. So
Beats me.
It wouldn't surprise me. It's definitely good comic book material, especially if you're going with the whole like church or doomsday cult thing, shit like that. I'm surprised you didn't even get a video game. I know I brought up Outlast and shit like that, but that's just about like mental patients.
Yeah.
I know that there's some sort of weird experiment involving something going on with them. That's why they kind of are like they are. But you could get a whole like if you did something in like a like Outlast meets Condemned. You remember Condemned?
I remember Condemned. Yeah.
Condemned was a great game.
There's two more games after the first one too.
Yes, there are. Yeah, I really like Condemned. That was a great game when it came out.
That's neat.
I think if you did like an Outlast meets Condemned type thing, you could probably do a good record game for it.
Yeah.
Quarantine into Hood. Oh no, these demons ain't coming after me. Hell no. That's what that movie would be. Nah. This the white man's virus. This that white man shit. White man moved in upstairs. All of a sudden, we got demons and shit. Yeah, white man be conquering everything. I know. That's that movie. You're welcome. Did it.
There's the movie. Hire him, Hollywood. He needs it.
I do. Hire me. Hire me before you hire anybody else.
I mean, he
Hollywood.
is a poor, underprivileged black child, Hollywood. You might as well hire him.
I deserve it. I know Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are scared of me because of my race, and you won't be able to sell me to China. But I promise I won't rape everything. I mean, I'll do some raping, but
not everything.
Not everything. Come on, gotta have some downtime
between the rapes.
White Man Demon was the original title of The Purge. Oh, you guys, speaking of The Purge, dude, Purge 5 is coming out this year.
Uh-huh.
Oh, the Purge series. Holy shit, G. Wait till I do a Dago on film for that movie. Oh, dude, The Purge. Dude, I know we're getting off topic or whatever, but
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. But Jesus Christ, guys, The Purge is so bad. It started out, dude, it had so much fucking potential. Even if you go in like the new founding fathers, or even if you go into like the whole thing of like, well, scientists have proven that if we take our rage out one day, it's fine, right? I'm cool with that schlocky sort of like horror action, you know. And I like the look of The Purge, right? I like the look. I like how it's filmed, but the story of The Purge is so fucking bad.
Yeah.
It's so political. I can't remember the guy who made that movie, Joe DeMarco, maybe, or something like that. Some fucking minority.
Yes, he is.
He thinks the world is really like that.
Yeah,
he thinks the world is really. He thinks. He's surprised that the purge didn't actually happen after Donald Trump was elected. And then they put it, and they're like, oh, it's supposed to be like the final purge, but they already did that in like 4, I think. And it was totally, dude, watching that movie, it was 100%. These motherfuckers thought Hillary was going to win.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing is about a woman that comes in and wins presidency, and she puts an end to the purge.
Yeah.
It's so fucking bad. Can we purge the directors? See, if Cannibal, if they didn't take themselves seriously, then like if I had made The Purge, I would totally have a scene where they like break into like a movie studio or something. It's like I would just play myself, right? It's just like Jenova, it'd just kill me in some fucking weird way. It would be fun to do, but they took it way too seriously. They wanted it to be this like rallying cry for a generation, and it's just fucking
awful.
terrible.
Yeah.
And there's a television show, and it's in its second season.
Oh my god.
And it's so bad.
Poppy, what do you want
Because
about?
everything has to be like, right, because the whole thing about the purge is like the new founding fathers, and they're like right-wing Republicans, and they want to kill the poor and the minorities and shit like that. Dude, there's a scene in, I think it's the newest one, right? There is a scene where a woman almost falls into like a sewer, right? And this guy reaches up and grabs her, and he actually like grabs her like pussy. He like grabs her pussy, right? Okay, we know what this is in reference to already. And she kicks him off of her, and he falls back down into the sewer, and she runs away, and she says, "Pussy grabbing motherfucker," and she runs off.
Good lord. That's so dumb.
Bad.
That's so stupid.
It's so stupid. Pussy grabbing motherfucker. I'll tell you the one thing they got right in the purge, though.
Okay.
Millennials. Because there's a group. I don't know which one it is. I think it's the last. I think it's the most recent one, maybe. There. And maybe it's number 2, actually. I can't remember. Doesn't fucking matter. The millennials are like these fucking like black girls, and they're just like stealing shit, and they're pissed because they get caught stealing.
Yeah.
So they behave like a bunch of fucking. They behave exactly like millennial cancel culture kids behave, right? And then they show back up later after this chick has killed her parents to like to like murder the people in this like convenience store. And just the whole time I just kept going, "Yo, this is the one thing you got correct. You got my generation of millennials fucking correct. It's fucking terrible. The youth sucks, and they should be exterminated." Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Yes, you did.
In the worst possible way. It's the best line. It's the best line from that movie. It is the worst line, Sweets. There's some other shit, like I said, in the third movie. I believe the third one is like the ending, right? Because it takes the guy from number 2. It takes Frank Grillo, the guy who played Punisher in the Netflix show.
Yeah.
It takes Frank Grillo, and he basically becomes the star for a couple of these movies, and he's like Secret Service for the woman president lady. Because, and I quote, the new founding fathers, like the board of directors or whatever the fuck they're supposed to be in the White House, they watch a campaign video of the woman like saying how she's going to end the purge and shit like that, and the head white guy stands up and goes, "I want this cunt dead." And I don't even believe it. Like, I'm like, "Oh, wow, you used cunt. Like, good for you." But like, I didn't even feel it. Like, you know how you feel like cunt, right? Like, when you say that word, it's got that to it. So you're like, "Oh, that hits tough. That hits hard." Not even. I didn't even feel it when he said it. And I was like, "Oh no, this is gonna be great." So what they do is they send ex-Marine, mercenary, Nazi skinhead KKK members. Because this is who the new founding fathers know. Okay, if you didn't know, they are John Bernthal. I think no, Eric. I think that's his name. Why do I keep calling him Frank Grillo?
I don't know.
Is he Frank Grillo in a different? Is he? Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I've got him confused because sometimes I mix up that guy with the guy that was on Walking Dead. I don't know what.
Oh, you mean Norman Reedus?
No. No, this guy was on. This guy was on and then off Walking Dead before Norman Reedus was even on that show.
Norman Fetus.
Death Stranding.
The game is so bad.
So they send these fucking these Nazis right after them. They're right wingers, and they are like covered. It only I can only describe it as white supremacist glitter. Because it's like they reached into a jar of KKK Nazi white supremacist, neo-Nazi, Protestant, like they just reach into a jar of all these things and threw them at these guys, and whatever stuck, those were the symbols that stuck. And they're wearing things where it's like, look, okay, these two groups are like they're both like, white power, right? But they don't like each other either.
No.
And it was like they had no fucking clue.
No.
They had no idea. They don't even know how their villains work in the fucking movie. Hold on, is white supremacist glitter a product? I'll buy some. Zach, you could make your own white supremacist glitter and sell it to Blumhouse, and they would buy it. Blumhouse sucks.
Yes, they do.
And that's the thing; these come from Blumhouse.
Of course, I do.
And Jason Blum or Bloom, whatever his fucking name is.
Faggot. That's his real name.
Already on it. Open your own Etsy shop, Zach. Zach's an Etsy artist now. He's selling white supremacy glitter. Did you hear? Yeah, I think it's called Hunters. Strong.
Yeah,
Did
that
you hear
movie.
an Amazon show with Al Pacino about Nazi hunters?
Yeah.
White sea.
God.
Yeah, Strong. I was actually hoping that was another show like Mine Hunters, but then I found out it was about Nazi hunters, and I was like, well, that's it for me. I don't know who thought fucking. Why is Al Pacino still acting?
That's a good question. Why is he?
Retire. Stop. Should have stopped before Dunkachino. Does anybody know what Dunkachino is?
It sounds awful.
Dunkachino is like a bit that he did in an Adam Sandler movie.
Oh God.
Where it's like Dunkin' Donuts, but it's like a commercial for Dunkin' Donuts. But Al Pacino is the spokesman, and he sings this song about Dunkachino. Yeah. Say hello to my chocolate blend. That's what
that's so.
Al Pacino's all wigs and lifts now.
That's so bad. That made me like physically cringe while laughing at the same time.
Jack and Jill, that's the movie, Strong. Yes, that's the movie. That's the movie where Adam Sandler is both fat and fat girl. That's what it is. Say hello to my chocolate blend, Dunkachino. I would show the clip, but they probably wouldn't let us fucking watch it.
No.
Adam Sandler is fucking awful. Look at Jenny. Jenny's just fucking. She's sad. She's somber about it. She's like, oh no. Jenova outed as having seen Jack and Jill. I have not seen Jack and Jill, Zach. But I was watching a video where they were talking about the cinematographer behind Jack and Jill and how like great he is and all the shit he's done in his life, and like his resume is just awesome. Right? Like he's got like James Cameron shit on there, Spielberg shit, like Predator, I think. The cinematographer is amazing, and now he's doing Jack and Jill. Lies. All right, maybe I saw it twice. All right, Zach. Once.
You've seen it five times.
5 times. Okay. All right. A minimum of 6, 7 times. All right. I'm not saying it's the best movie. But it gets a bad rap, all right? And after you watch a movie 10, 11 times, it's...
Well, I mean, you should know you watched Hotel Transylvania series and you loved every minute of it.
I've only seen the first Hotel Transylvania. And that was because I'm a fan of Gendy. I went to go see what Gendy was doing. And Adam Sandler playing Dracula is just. Adam Sandler's Dracula impression is so bad. How did Adam Sandler get work, guys?
I don't know.
Adam Sandler should have retired Adam Sandler should have retired after the Hanukkah song. Hey, that's Saturday Night Live alumni, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Show some respect. Saturday Night Live, where all the best comedians come from. Am I right?
No.
That's right, Eric. He is Jewish.
Yeah, he is.
And he has a song where he lists all the other Jewish people in the world.
Yeah.
He's still writing it. All I remember is the Beastie Boys. All three of them Jews.
Mm-hmm.
We liked the Hanukkah song and thought, sure, give him a movie. Hey, this guy wrote a song about Jews. Let's give him a fucking movie, right? And then what did we get? Did we get Happy Gilmore first, or did we get Billy Madison first?
I don't remember.
One of those came first.
I don't remember which one it was.
And then we got the Water Boy.
Mm-hmm. And Lone Nicky.
Oh, no. Little Nicky. And that one where he kidnaps that child.
Oh yeah.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy, yeah.
Big Daddy, where he kidnaps that kid and forces that kid to, like, I don't know, do things. You know, he's not supposed to have that child. It's not his. I mean, it's his, but it's not his.
No, he doesn't legally have the child, which makes him a child kidnapper.
R.I.P. Phil Hartman Strug, for real.
Yeah.
R.I.P. that boy.
Don't marry crazy people, I guess.
Don't marry crazy people. Phil Hartman came home. His wife was there, covered in blood, foaming at the mouth. I told you, that's how they always. That's how they always are. Bang, shot. Eric, Grandma's Boy is good, and I think it's good because there's no Adam Sandler in it.
Yeah.
He let his friends have the spotlight.
Yeah.
Unless he's in it in a little cameo and I forget, but I don't think he's in that movie at all.
I don't think he is either.
I think I was expecting an Adam Sandler cameo, and there was nothing in there. Y'all think Waterboy is a comedy, but I fucking live in Louisiana. Shit's real. I never doubted it for 1 second, Zach. I knew.
Zach loves Louisiana. He wants to live there forever.
Oh, yeah, 50 First Dates. 50 First Dates is the movie that helped 311 make their comeback. Because 311 was, I mean, not really big, but like early 90s, like 311, right? Like
Yeah.
Come Original and Down and shit like that. And then 50 First Dates came out, and that fucking whatever. Ember is the color of your energy. Whoa. Dude, that fucking song was everywhere. That's a 311 song. And maybe it's a remake, I don't know. But I put 311. 311 was back. after fucking 2 decades. They're back. That guitar riff from the 311 song. From Whoa.
I forgot I had a Band-Aid on my face.
Of your energy. Yeah. Yeah. I know what song you're talking about, Eric. Yeah, they did cover that Cure song. Didn't they do that like after the 50 First Dates soundtrack song got popular? Then they released the Cure song, which was just like sad too. It was just sad. Whatever. 311 became like, they stopped like doing like the Rasta rap, and they just became Rasta. Love Song. That's right, Love Song. Was around the same time, yeah. Well, you gotta once you come off that, when one of those is a hit, you gotta release that second hit, man. You gotta get out there, gotta do that thing, especially on your second comeback or on your comeback after after being gone for so long.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, we have other films we have on the list too to see.
Nah, fuck that. Rob Schneider gets shit, but his racist characters are good. Rob Schneider's a fucking Republican or whatever.
Is he?
Yeah, yeah. Fucking Deuce Bigelow. Deuce Bigelow's like a right winger. He makes fun of lefties. I think he's the one that started the whole. I haven't seen Democrats this mad since we took their slaves away. I think that was his joke. He was, what he was talking about. We'll get to the next video in a second.
Mm.
He was saying that there's a fucking he was on Twitter, and I don't know, this was some months ago, so I don't know. Maybe he's just fucking freaking out.
Mm.
But he said that there's a fucking serial killer in Malibu.
Uh-huh.
Like an active serial killer in Malibu, and nobody is reporting on it.
Okay, why?
I don't know. Some call him a serial killer, others call him a hero. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it. I just remember him he lost his shit. Like, there's a fucking serial killer in Malibu. Nobody cares. Nobody's doing anything about it. I wonder why too. The killer is Rob Schneider. What a way! What a way to throw him off your trail, Eric. You're the serial killer. You just get on Twitter like, there is a fucking serial killer out here, folks. Nobody's reporting on it. As you tweet from your phone, standing over a dead body of one of your former co-stars.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's why we never see them. They died.
Some folk call it a serial killer. I call it a sling blade. Mm-hmm, that's right, Zach. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see if this video will play for you. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't play for you.
Look at that. It's nothing but a loading screen.
Wait till you see who it is, too.
Oh, God. I'm not going to like who it is, huh?
I mean, I don't know. You'll probably remember them. 30-minute tangent over. Well, I figure, if we're having problems with the fucking videos, we might as well just ramble.
You know what's good at too.
Yeah. We don't have a fucking strict
No, not for Behind the Lot, no. Any day. Any fucking day now.
Boy. Remember Sling Blade? Sling Blade was... Remember when Billy Bob Thornton was fucking Angelina Jolie?
Uh-huh.
That was a fucking thing that happened. Uh-huh. God, she was fucking ravenous for him. I remember watching an interview where they were coming for like a movie premiere or an award or something like that, and they're standing there doing their interview, and she is just all over him. She's biting his lip and shit. They're talking about, oh, we fucked on the way over here. And she, I don't know, she found some dignity somewhere. I don't know where. She found some dignity somewhere and decided, oh, I don't do that anymore.
I guess.
And Billy Bob Thornton, his career fell.
I refresh.
French fried taters. Mm-hmm. That's right.
Any fucking day. Watch together. Okay, now it shows the fact that you played, but doesn't show anything there. Good.
Was that Thornton or her brother? I think it was Thornton.
Do you mind refreshing yourself?
Sure. Hold on one second.
Go ahead and play.
I did. I was already playing.
Oh. It's not playing for me.
No, let's see if it loads. We'll just see it load. Could be either one. It could be Cindy. Dead Air, the new slasher flick. Is it about a slasher on a plane? Can we do that? Can we make that movie?
Can it be just about a slasher in space because there's no air in space?
Dead air. Do we have slashers on a plane though? We do have at least a few slashers in space. A killer in a wheelchair.
Now it shows time, so try playing it.
All right.
Circle.
What?
It's showing a circle, then it said pause. You didn't pause it right, you were playing it.
Did it work? No.
No.
I imagine not.
Oh, wait. Yep, now it's up. Oh, this dude.
Is it up? You're good.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Different kind of beast, to say the least.
These-
And in the
this
past
fucking
decade,
channel,
reams
yeah.
and reams of incredibly capable directors have emerged
Dead Air,
into
a
contemporary
sequel to
cinema,
The
laced
Happening?
with that mystical romanticism of the Spanish language and their wholly original eye of looking at horror through layers of perplexing beauty. Many of them followed in the footsteps of the titan of fantasy and horror cinema, Guillermo del Toro, but before them, their craft was honed with the wonderfully bizarre
that the kid
Spanish
from
horror
The
movies that
Sixth
paved their
Sense?
way. So, without further delay, let's take a look, shall we?
His face
Hello, horror
isn't
fans,
fat
what's
enough.
going on? And once again, welcome back to the scariest channel on YouTube, Top 5 Scary Videos. As
not.
per usual, I'll be your horror host, Jack Finch. As today, we curiously
He
take a
looks
look
like
at the
the
top 5
fucking-
scariest Spanish horror movies.
He looks
And
like
just
Al
like the Inquisition,
Borland.
Yeah, he
nobody
does.
expects it. Roll the clip.
Huh? What? What?
For the curious amongst you, that clip was, of course, from the 2007 Spanish horror movie The Orphanage, directed
course.
by J.A. Bayona and produced by Guillermo del Toro himself. And it leads us to an important point because, well, we've already covered The Orphanage quite a lot, so that's off the table. And we've also covered the boy Guillermo in more horror lists than you can shake a stick at. So don't worry, because
doesn't make
like
horror.
always,
Really
I'll be
a
keeping
top
things
five.
fresh. Kicking off at number 5, Time Crimes, 2007.
Oh, this movie's so good. Bros. Dude, Time Crimes is a fantastic movie.
Whoa, what's going on?
And boy, what
Let's
a
go
way
back
to
in
kick
time.
off this list, because for those of you that haven't seen it, Time Crimes is one of the strangest, most bizarre, horrifying and wholeheartedly enjoyable blends of science fiction, horror and straight up psychological despair. It's brilliant, and I don't say that
got a
lightly. Also
Schwarzenegger
known
shirt
as
on.
Los Chrono Crímenes in its native tongue, Time Crimes, released back in 2007, was written and directed by Nacho Vigalondo in his debut feature film, and he
Nacho.
even stars in it as the scientist, a man who only delivers more questions than answers. This film was absolutely made with love and care, and it has a sense of true character and originality that bleeds throughout like a
have Time
bloody-faced
Crimes on
doppelganger
this
with a head
playlist.
full of
Yeah, I saw
bandages.
that.
I really don't want to spoil this film, perhaps more than any film that I've ever told you about, but Time Crimes has more twists and turns than a hedgerow maze, and just when you think you've
It's
worked it
fucking
out, the whole
crazy.
thing unravels and recalls itself all over again, wrapping itself up in a mystery that goes from a nice, quiet day out in the countryside to one of the bleakest, most existential questions of all time. It tells the tale of a man named Hector and his wife Clara out in their newly renovated rural home in the Spanish countryside. While his wife is out shopping, Hector spies a strange woman lying unconscious in the woods, and with that, we're off. Seriously, this film takes about 10 minutes to set itself up, then it's off like a theoretical bullet train. Time Crimes is brilliant. Give it a watch.
Brilliant.
Coming in at number 4,
If
Witching
you
and
like-
Bitching, 2013.
If you like time travel type movies, dude, Time Crime is one of
Now,
the top
this film
time
is
travel
absolutely
movies.
insane, and I mean that in a
So
good
this
way,
movie
because
is
when I say
apparently a horror
insane,
comedy?
I mean a coven of cannibalistic witches in the Basque countryside having a dinner
never
party,
seen it.
and all their friends are invited. I told you guys, never off a witch. And while this film definitely hits the mark
I
when it
believe
comes to
that 'cause I
gross outs
swore.
and gore, it is perhaps the
Yeah,
most
he wants that ad
genre-friendly
revenue.
entry on this list, as Witching and Bitching
We don't
isn't a
fucking
horror
have to
film in
worry
the
about that,
conventional
though.
sense, but it's
No.
more of a film made for horror fans. And if you go into it with that mentality, then I assure you there's a lot
Horror
to be
fans.
enjoyed with
A
this
movie made
awesomely
for horror
original film.
fans,
Also
by
released
horror
in
fans.
Spanish as The Witches of Zagara-Mundi, it was written and directed by Alex de la Iglesia, and
That
like
chick looks
most
okay.
international horror movies, it never really received the true credit it deserved. And And that sucks because Witching and Bitching exemplifies Spanish cinema in its originality. It's weird in all the right places in ways only Spanish cinema can be, with its dry, deadpan, gallows sense of humour, its incredible visual effects, its breathtaking cinematography, and its real love and care to give a pastiche nod to the horror genre and everything that came before it. The thing is, Spanish cinema rarely has any pretense, and it rarely takes itself seriously at all, and that's probably what makes Witching and Bitching so good. On the surface, it sounds insane, and it is, but the craft and care put into the very bones of this film, like with many films in Spanish cinema, is exactly why it's worth watching. Remember, don't piss off a witch, because this is probably what will happen. Next up at number 3, Fermat's Room, 2009.
Ay, Dios mío. You have 1 minute. Red Reel Theater with Spanish.
And
I can
some
think of
people may not agree with the
at least
placement of
one
this
movie
entry,
that'd be
but
fun to
I
watch.
say be damned, because for me,
Mexican
Fermat's Room is
Batwoman.
perhaps one of the best one-room movies ever made, and yet I'll include Saw in that as well.
Mexican
Listen,
Batwoman's
again,
hot.
this film isn't just a
least it's not
straight-up
Italian
horrifying
Batman.
terror of a movie.
got
There's no
grabs.
specters or demons, none of the
YouTube won't let you
paranormal
type
or the supernatural.
goys?
It's very much
No,
a
not
human
anymore.
thriller with
Joke.
a very simple premise. 4 mathematicians locked in a room with one puzzle to solve: survival. Co-written and co-directed by Luis Pedrajata and Rodrigo Sapinha, and released back in 2007, Fermat's Room is a horror thrill ride that will keep you guessing
white
from
people
moment
names.
to moment, with all the styles and trappings
Even though I
of an
guess
old
they consider
Agatha
the
Christie novel.
Spanish to
But if
be
you're going into this
white.
movie
They're
expecting
not.
a standard murder mystery, you'll be in for a treat of a completely different manner. Fermat's Room tells the tale of 4 mathematicians invited to an abandoned warehouse with the promise of having the opportunity
Dios
to solve
mío.
the greatest mathematical
Question,
enigma
we're
in
gonna
human
need your
history.
translation.
Inside, they are greeted by a mysterious old stranger using
What
the
is-
alias
what does
Fermat,
adios-
and after a
adios
courteous
mío
dinner
mean?
and a few intellectual debates, that's when things get a little more intimate, to say the least.
You know
I won't
what
say
your
any
favorite
more
thing
because
happens in
this
that
film
movie,
is worth
debating.
watching just for the suspense, but yeah,
fucking
Fermat's
debating.
Room. Give it a watch. Swinging in at
So
number 2,
stupid.
The Skin I Live In, 2011.
Oh yeah, I remember this movie came out. People praised the shit out of this movie.
Well, holy moly, where do I even begin?
I was
In
getting
fact,
some,
what do I
Beyond the Back
even
Window
say
vibes from
about The
that
Skin I
just
Live In? The
scene
film
right there.
considered by
Kind of,
many to be
yeah,
one
a
of the
little
most
bit.
impactful and bone-chilling psychological
Dios
horrors
mío
in
equals
foreign
my
language
God,
cinema,
Jenny.
if not all of cinema.
I can't
And in
trust
all
your
reality, this
translation,
film
you're
is
French.
a horror movie without any screams and frights. There are no jump scares. There are no ghosts of the
Oh
past.
my God.
The Skin I Live In is cold and it's
No hablo
calculated, and it's
español.
the bare-bones tell-all tale of a true psychopath. And most importantly,
OMG.
just like with the majority of Spanish language horror,
Oh,
it's
thank
an
you, Goshen.
incredibly unique take on the genre. Written and directed by the legendary Pedro Almodovar, the man responsible for some of the greatest movies in foreign cinema. The
Name
Skin I
one.
Live In stars Antonio
one.
Banderas in perhaps one of
He
his
can't.
best
He
roles
won't.
on screen as Robert Ledgard, a brilliant plastic surgeon with a particular eye for torment. Based on the French novel Miguel, also known as Tarantula in English, written by Thierry Yonquet, The Skin I Live In tells the tale of Dr.
It's,
Ledgard, a
it's not a-
renowned
it's a
plastic
good
surgeon
movie,
responsible
but it's a movie
for
that
creating a
you only really need
groundbreaking
to see
artificial
once.
skin after years of research, but who
And
was later
it's a weird movie
thrown
to
out of
see,
the medical field for his
Antonio
illegal experiments
Banderas
on
in.
humans,
Yeah.
forbidden to continue his research. As we all know, though, as is the case with insane
man
scientists, that
di-
doesn't put an end to
dio-
Ledgard's
dio-
propensity for
di-
changing
di-
and
di-
morphing the skin
do-
that we all live in. I won't say any more because honestly, this
Jenny, you
film
know
will
I
make
can't
your jaw
pronounce that.
fall to the floor, and with reveal after reveal, you'll be questioning how many more layers Almodovar can strip from the carcass. It's a fantastic horror movie, regardless of its placement in international cinema, and it's a must-see for any fan of horror cinema. Also, this film is
Yes, indeed. I would
hella
say
messed up, like really, really messed up. And
I would
finally,
definitely
coming in
say
at
it's
number
worth
one
at least
spot,
one watch.
Julia's Eyes,
It's
2010.
fucked up, but at least seen it once.
So Julia's Eyes is done by one of the directors of Wreck.
And hey, I know I said I wouldn't
one?
put Guillermo
This
anywhere
movie?
on this list, but come
Oh,
on,
no, it's
he only
Guillermo,
produced this
apparently.
movie,
I
and
produced
that
it.
doesn't
Okay.
detract from the fact that Julia's Eyes is a downright incredible entry into the hallowed halls of horror cinema, and may perhaps be one of the greatest horror movies of the last decade. This film is fantastic, and it doesn't get the credit that it truly deserves, because if you came here looking for horror, Julia's Eyes will deliver that in spades. Written and directed by the lesser-known Guillermo Morales, Julia's Eyes literally came out of nowhere, but as Guillermo del Toro tends to do, he saw a fantastic horror premise, gave it his stamp of approval,
I liked,
and we're all the better off for it. really.
Julia's Eyes
tells the tale of
better-
a blind woman named Julia, played by
Listen.
the awesome Belém Rueda, whose character is afflicted by a degenerative disease that is slowly consuming her.
So go ahead. What you're saying?
Oh no, keep playing. Go ahead.
What are you saying about Julia's eyes?
vision. Strangely enough, Julia's twin sister, Sarah, is in the later stages of the disease, and as the film opens, she takes her own life. What slowly plays out is an atmospheric tale of paranoia, lies, and deceit, and what makes Julia's Eyes so damn successful as a horror movie is that it employs a strange, intrinsic sense of mistrust, where even we as an audience aren't sure whether to believe what we're seeing, or worse still,
I was gonna
not
say,
see. Similar to the vein of Mike
I like
Flanagan's
Julia's
Hush, Julia's
better
Eyes
the
relies
first time
on
I
its
saw
ability
it,
to subvert
when it
our
was
senses,
Spiral
challenging us
Staircase.
as an audience to question our own perception. And it is incredibly successful in that approach. For all its moving parts, Julia's Eyes is a horror film in the truest sense of the word. Reminiscent of Hitchcock, but also spattered with shades of Tobe Hooper and John Carpenter. But more importantly, it is very much a Spanish horror movie.
Jenny
And it's
needs
one
to
of the
get a
best.
mic
Well,
so
there
we
have
can
it,
hear
horror
her
fans. My
talk
list of the top
funny.
5 scary Spanish horror movies. What did you guys think? Do you agree? Think you
Hard
can
to
add some
explain
more?
the
Well, you know what to do.
I
Let us
banged
know
the
your
beans
thoughts
out
as
of
well as
many a
any choice picks
Latina,
down in the comment
basically
section below.
bilingual.
Before we depart from today's video though, let's first take a quick look at some of your more resounding remarks from over the past few days. First up, in relation to our British horror movies list, Katie Liz says, The Wicker Man. I just don't get it. It's so overrated in my opinion. Oh, well that's weird. Looks like we don't have any comments for this week. Well, I guess that's that then. I'm just kidding, Katie Liz. Hey, different strokes for different folks though. If we were all
Don't
fans
talk
of the exact
about my
same thing,
strokes.
wouldn't life just be boring? Well, on that note, horror fans should stick around all the way until the end. If you were a fan of this video or just top 5 scary videos in general, then please be a dear and hit that thumbs up button as well as that subscribe bell. And I'll be seeing you in the next one. As per usual, I've been your horror host Jack Finch. You've been watching top 5 scary videos.
Let's see if
Until
we
next
can
time,
watch
you
the
take it easy.
trailer for the next one. I like how that comment just blasted.
Yeah.
Wicker Man. That movie sucks.
You having fun with whatever language you're trying to speak with your spaghetti tongue?
It's German.
Oh.
French is basically German. That's what I'm fucking learning.
Danish.
Da. Original Wicker Man is very Zach. Get into the modern times where Zach Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
Very sorry.
Nicolas Cage. Yeah, this is playing, by the way.
Imagine how you must feel.
Okay, good. I was gonna say get into the modern age where the only Wicker Man is Nicolas Cage's Wicker Man.
This movie's so fun.
Ooh. That's Linda Cardellini.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. I've talked about Linda Cardellini.
French with a Wisconsin accent.
Oh, she broke my heart.
The church works with people
She did, yeah.
who specialize in situations like this. Get to La Llorona.
Is she coming?
She's
La
already
Llorona.
here.
That's a Mexican myth.
It is.
We are facing an evil. It has no bounds.
This looks
It's
like
nice to see this guy not playing a fucking cholo. That's the guy from that's the guy from Training Day that likes to get his shit pushed in by all the homies. Goshen's pissed. That's right, Goshen, La Llorona. I don't think we need this scene.
No.
The curse of La Llorona.
Alright. So before we move on real quick.
Uh-huh.
La Llorona is based on like a Mexican or Spanish like urban legend about a woman.
It's Central American, yeah.
Yeah, about a woman that comes and gets your kids.
Yep.
Now it's made by it's done by the people. It's part of the Conjuring universe.
Oh boy.
So it's technically not Spanish. It was made in America, but it's made for a Spanish audience.
Yeah.
by two white people. And you should have seen. I saw an interview with these two white people, and I think we might see it in the next video too. But these people were. I mean, I'm so glad that their movie failed. These people are. They're just everything wrong with movies today. All right, let's watch this next. It's from Mr. GG.
Let's hope it loads.
Oh, it's not playing for you yet.
Not yet.
Well, we will.
Every skank looks good after 9 Coronas.
Grandma used to sit down with Goshen and say, "Mijito, let me tell you about Lorona."
Spinning circle of terror. I know. Like I said.
We'll see if it loads or not.
Like I said, after this stream, I'm gonna download fucking WaterFox because Sweet Sushi uses that to basically capture shit for streams.
I mean, instead of doing that, download a fucking bullet to your brain.
Nah, I'll save it for you.
Oh, dude, that's harsh. That's harsh. Dude. We don't joke about things like that on this show.
We just did, motherfucker. What are you gonna do about it?
Come see me, bitch. The guy in the video. If this video will load, we'll see that this guy's Spanish, so he knows how to pronounce it. Llorona, my Llorona. I'm gonna refresh.
Okay. An error occurred. Please try again later. Give me a moment. I'll refresh now since it said that to me.
El spino de cercle un diablo.
Learn more, Gene. I can't.
Shamona. You guys know what's great about life? Smoking cigarettes.
Cheap ass cigarettes.
Probably one of the best.
Like the dirty.
I don't need fucking.
Okay, it's actually up. So try playing it.
All right, let me know if this plays for you.
Okay, I will. So right now it's a circle. It shows the time though. Normally it doesn't, so I imagine it's gonna actually unfuck itself at some point here. Jenova gets cheaper than camels.
Thanks to Dashlane
It came. Yep, it's here.
Okay, I'm gonna start back over.
Yep, go right ahead.
Dashlane for sponsoring this video.
All right. Smoke cheap cigarettes too. It's Jenny.
Yo, Johnny.
Cheap cig gang.
You got a script? Yeah.
More like cancer lung gang.
Anything specific?
A nice camel menthol wide. Oh, I used to know a guy that used to smoke the wides. Fucking cancer cannons.
Wait, if you got a budget approved.
Oh, Cindy, you smoker too?
Already have a specific title and story planned out, right? Why
Don't do drugs, kids.
Listen, Johnny.
Drugs? Who has drugs?
To ask questions.
I said don't do
them.
them.
Hire me at all. Johnny, give me a damn script, or I will march right.
Mr. GG, that's right, Eric. Mr. GG.
Grab my ass.
Grab my ass. What?
Here. Thank you.
He's doing a bit where they've got a fucking.
Hey,
you got any scripts?
What's the movie called? It's called The Curse of Life. Euronum? Yeah, some periodic table shit like that. I don't know. Mexicans are gonna love it. So I just saw The Curse of La Llorona. That's the way they pronounce it in the movie. I don't know
Shatter can be pretty good, Eric.
Theaters, and where do I start? This movie was not what I expected.
You know it was neither. I thought it was
cheaper
than that.
Jump scare fest, pandering to
I have
foreign
Paul Malls.
audiences.
Yeah. Paul Malls.
Like a 3 out of 10. And even though it definitely was that,
like a lot. It was also
Like
the
a lot.
worst horror movie I've ever paid to watch. And
Remember
I watched
the
Sinister 2
Marble
when it came
Miles,
out.
yeah.
Sinister had a part 2? Yes, it did. Not a good time.
No
There
one
is
smokes
so
cheaper
much
than me.
to unpack
Derringer
here.
menthol
I was yelling
cigars,
the entire ride home
$12
because
carton.
I was amazed at how little they cared about this story. P.S. During this review, I will be spoiling this movie, and I know some people don't like spoilers. I get it. People don't like something being completed for them. Unless, of course, we're talking about login information or some tedious shit like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure we'd all love
Yeah, Zach
something
did
that
the
could
have those in
autofill
his
the
truck when we
security
were on
code
the
on your
trip.
credit card, because who the hell wants to go find their wallet when you're making bad shopping choices in the dead
I gave
of
him
the
some
night?
real
Not me.
cigars.
Yes, you're in the middle of an ad. There's no going back. Guys, I'm really excited to introduce you to today's sponsor, Dashlane. Listen, I have bare minimum like 25 online accounts, from YouTube to Facebook to that one hamster.
Dashlane.
I can only assume you have just as many. Dashlane will store all of that login information and save you the trouble of
No, show
misspelling
more,
your password
please.
and having to click photos of crosswalks. After installing Dashlane, now I just
I would
need to
skip it, but I
remember
don't want to
one
take the chance.
password, and Dashlane does the rest. Not to mention, it'll auto-generate the toughest passwords for you to use, autofill everything you normally waste your time on online, and Dashlane has a VPN included for all of your devices. You best believe my iPhone is also Dashlane enabled. Listen, Dashlane's cheaper than most VPNs.
I'd
and
smoke
it'll keep
crack
you
with
safer
nicotine for
online,
$12
Go
a
to
carton.
dashlane.com/Mr.
Me
G
too,
or click
Zach.
the link below to get a free trial of Dashlane Premium for 30 days to live a better, easier, and safer online life. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Give me money.
How you guys doing, and welcome back to Badly Viewed. I got my two contestants right here by my side. You guys know the drill by now. The first one to hit the buzzer gets a chance to answer the question.
So is it
Now,
just gonna keep being
contestants,
bits?
we surveyed 100 moviegoers.
I think
Giving
he'll.
5
I think he'll
reasons
do more.
Why the Curse of La Llorona.
This is one of his more
sucked.
like bit heavy
Because it's basically
videos.
just a nun with a smaller budget. Survey says
Attack of the Clones.
the trailer for this movie was released in October, and I tweeted about it after watching it, saying, "This honestly just gives me vibes of The Nun." And that's a bad thing. And my, oh my, was I accurate in my assumption. I already reviewed The Nun, so this frustrates me to hell and back. I complained that The Nun was barely an important character in her own movie. She waltzed around a bit, yelled a bit, then died.
The Nun
Now
is
we get
really
to La
bad.
Llorona,
Yeah.
who was given the same stepchild treatment. She waltzed around a bit, yelled a bit, then died. I mean, for fuck's sake, two creepy women with a similar gown and veil who have unlimited power, but are still outmaneuvered by a woman working with a priest. These scripts write themselves, but I'll get to that in a bit.
Back to
Are
the
you guys
bit.
gonna pass or play? We're gonna play. They're gonna play.
They're gonna play.
How you doing?
How you doing?
5 reasons why the Curse of La Llorona sucked. I'm gonna say because La Llorona could have been replaced with any other villain. Survey says you took this potential gold mine for something genuinely creepy and just made it another movie of a ghost trying to break into a family's home. The fucking disrespect. I want you to look at
Isn't
the
that
cover
what
art for this
Mexicans
movie.
do?
That sure is creepy. That sure gives
Break
me
into
a vibe
homes?
that I never
Break
felt
into
during the
homes of
movie.
white
For those
women?
Of you unfamiliar with what La Llorona is, well, one, you probably aren't
No,
watching
no,
this video,
Joe,
but
it's
I'll
black
bring you up
people.
to speed. It's real quick. La Llorona is an old Mexican folk
Unless you're
tale
near
about
the
a woman
border.
who was charmed by a wealthy man. They had 2
It's still
kids.
black people.
She figured out he was cheating, so not knowing what to do with
From the Middle
herself,
East,
she drowned her
this is
2
the
kids
difference.
in the river, and immediately after was overwhelmed with guilt and drowned herself. And she is said to still wander the grounds, constantly weeping
Was
and
the
looking
cartel,
for her 2
man.
children.
That's different.
And parents would tell this story to their kids to behave. It's kind of fucked up when I say it out loud, but. And although we're filled in on this backstory 20 minutes into the film, and we also get a small snippet of the woman drowning her kids in the beginning of the film, and
Illegal
she
ghost.
cries and speaks Spanish. Her story doesn't matter. La Llorona could have been replaced with the Nun, Bloody Mary, the Boogeyman, Casper. Back in October, same
Casper.
tweet. The first thing I said was that this should have been a foreign film. Set it somewhere in Mexico, with Mexican actors, speaking Spanish, don't brush over her backstory, show parents warning their kids of her story, the way it happens in real life, because when it hits close to home, it's scarier. But no, let's just make her a spicy Valak.
Spicy.
Name 5 reasons why the Curse of La Llorona sucked. Because it's part of the Conjuring universe.
Sarissa's.
Survey says.
Yep.
One for all.
Why? Why is this part of the Conjuring universe? Surprise! If you haven't seen the movie, the priest from Annabelle makes an appearance and is a priest again, fucking knowing everything about everything. He even brings up Annabelle for like 6 seconds. And boy, gee golly, that's a gnarly reveal, but why? Is that why it sucks? Because you limited this movie to this universe? This could be a good enough story to be on its own. Why did you make it a Conjuring side bitch? You didn't even give her flowers and dress her up nice to make her feel like the main chick. She's a side bitch project, with side bitch quality, and if I'm being honest, really just an advertisement for the next Annabelle movie.
This fucker is trying to outsource our shitty horror movies to Mexico.
Yep.
Name 5 reasons why the Curse of La Llorona. Because they took advantage of Hispanic audiences.
They took advantage of Hispanic audiences.
Says.
Yep. The minority.
This movie was clearly made for people familiar with the story of La Llorona. That's part of the reason why I wanted to see it. How would they treat this material? How would they treat the culture behind it? And before I say anything, Latin audiences were pissed from the jump when they saw the main character was played by an Italian woman. And I'm not one to really get into racial politics.
I should talk about my former
because I'm not personally
wife like
angered
that.
by that decision. Hire the best person for the job, of course. But at the same time, it just seems like it would have been a smart decision to hire a Latin actress for this source material. The retired priest.
No, because Mexicans are coming for white people, dude.
I'm sure Breaking Bad fans will recognize, but I don't give a shit because to me, he'll always be the guy from Training Day who says, "Oh yeah, man, I had my shit."
Yep, there he is.
In, bro, big time.
By all the homies.
But there was never subtitles. And funny enough, their way of avoiding subtitles was to just have the characters translate themselves. So for example, you'll have Patricia Velasquez yelling, "Tú mataste a mis hijos! You killed my kids!" She'll just translate herself in real time to avoid a subtitle break. And for every other one-off line in Spanish, it's just like, hey,
everybody in
if you know, you
making
know. If you
Mexican
don't,
jokes.
49% of Latin audiences showed up opening weekend to see this movie. And I'm assuming that was the goal. You dipped your toe in the Latin pool, hiring Damian Bichir as, you know, one of the main characters in The Nun. And then you just decided to go balls deep with this movie. And let me just clarify before you smartasses jump in the comments. Yes, I'm Mexican. No, it obviously does not seem like it. I'm pale. I don't get a lot of sun because I don't move from here. I'm not ashamed of my culture in any way, but I'm also not going to pretend like I'm out there fighting the fight. But I still want to support these projects because I want them to be good. I would love to see people like me.
That's not how you get good projects, bro. You don't automatically support something
that's my team.
because it's quote unquote your team.
It's your race, it's your culture, and you're watching them.
Things when they're
do
good.
That shit. And this movie
not
tried
not
to represent
because
that
it's your
but sadly,
team.
Watching you rub eggs around the house to detect something wrong won't sell me. Hey, look, they're doing the egg thing where they tried to find the bed with the egg. It's crazy. My grandma does that. Representation is important, and this movie is doing a stellar job of it. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You took this Mexican folktale and made a mockery of it. Maybe not intentionally. I've heard the director talk about this movie. He does sound passionate about it, but someone, or multiple people, or somewhere, or multiple departments, fucked this movie up. Look at you guys, no strikes and this close to clearing the board. Now then, what are 5 reasons why the Curse of La Llorona sucks?
The phone went green,
just
so I
jump
pink it
scares?
up and say yellow.
Survey says
Quiet Place, but not really.
this movie, for the majority, was just scenes setting up jump scares. It was so repetitive, it's not even funny. Here's the formula. Start a scene with a character. Have them in complete silence. Play an unknown noise from the other room. Initiate suspenseful music. Waste a minute of the character just browsing their location. Cut the music. Have the character stare at something for too long or slowly reach for an object. No jump scare. Character gathers themselves. Jump scare! You can just call out these scenes when they first start. I jump easily. Even in bad horror movies, they usually get like at least 1 or 2
He looks
over
like he
on
would
me,
jump
right?
easily.
La Llorona
Like a
did
bean.
not get me once. How is your crutch not even effective? Fucking embarrassing.
Or somebody at a border. Maybe?
Now it's time for Fast Money. Mr. Gigi, up here. Now each of you are going to have
Was he wearing a
separate
Chicago
timer
Cubs shirt?
to run down this movie.
Or hat?
Mister,
Or was that Cleveland Indians? I can't
Gigi,
tell.
You're going to have 45. And if you are able to run down the entire movie in that time period, you win what? $30,000. $30,000.
I think that's the Chicago Bears hat.
Ugh.
30 seconds on the clock. Begin. The main character Anna works with Child Protection Services, and she checks on some kids who haven't shown up to school. The mom seems crazy, the kids are locked in the closet, but it's because she was actually protecting them from La Llorona. These kids get questioned and decide to use the most cryptic language possible when explaining everything, and they later die because of it. Nice job, asshats. This movie checks off all the cliches. Random priest scene, interrogation scene, addict scene, dumb kids who won't tell you what they've seen. scene. Seriously, nobody brings up the shit they're going through until the mom's like, we all have the same burn marks on our skin. Did you guys try to make eggs too? Gigi, get on up here. Come on. Mr. ran down probably like the whole movie already. But you're still going to get a shot. Your family needs you to come in clutch. 45 seconds on the clock.
Is this supposed to be like fucking...
Timer starts now.
What?
It's Family Feud, right?
Everything
Actually,
brought
it's
up
Family
slash
Feud. I saw it in
shot
the
called
background.
back to. It's annoying. This movie just gave up at the end
I
because
bet his
the
dad
last
is
scene
pissed
just
he
becomes
stole
a
his
trailer
suit.
with long faded blacks and random shots of the family in the
You know
house.
that nigga
This
don't
is
own
so
his
out
suit.
of
Look
place.
at him.
Like, it looks like Quentin Tarantino's vampire self from Dusk Till Dawn. So that's cool. You know what was the scariest part of this movie for
I don't
me?
know if
Some
that's
guy was
cool.
walking down the stairs of the theater and I turned over and got spooked a little because he had an all-white jumpsuit. And I thought they went all out with an IRL Llorona to make us shit our pants.
No.
Not the case. Guy with white jumpsuit. Also, the guy sitting next to me reeked of booze. But I guess I'd break my
that
sobriety
you,
too
Jenova?
if I
Did
paid
you
money
reek of
to watch
booze?
Velma from Scooby-Doo suck dick at solving mysteries. Jinky,
Maybe.
she wants your children? I want my money back. 1 out of 10. Fuck this heap of herpes. I don't get why he's so angry. They won. You guys don't want to collect your prize money, or just gonna... Okay. Listen, I could say more things about this movie, and I could go into a further breakdown. I don't want to. I think you get the point. So if you enjoyed this review, please leave a like and subscribe because I have
Leave a
more
like and
content coming
subscribe.
your way. Shout out to my new patrons for supporting
okay.
the boy, and shout
Shout
out
out
to
to
my
his new
channel
patrons.
members for
All
supporting
right.
the boy, and also shout out to Medissa for retweeting my
Shout out
last
to
video.
Mr.
Before I
GG.
end this video, there's
Please
two
don't
things I
strike
need you
our
to do.
channel.
Number one, Twitter. Number two,
All right,
Fortnite
let's see if
creator
this
code.
works. Is this working for you?
It's a screen. It's a thing at the moment.
It's a what?
A circle.
All right. We'll wait a second. But yeah, that was La Llorona. You know, Conjuring universe. Who does the Conjuring universe?
I don't fucking know.
Warner Brothers?
Oh.
Paramount?
It's there. You're good.
All right, let me start this over. We'll play. This is the trailer for Time Crimes. Playing, right?
Mm-hmm. A simple man. A loving wife.
Yeah.
Mothman? What is this? Time travel.
Warner Brothers. I was gonna say Warner Brothers, Gray. Conjuring definitely seems like a Warner Brothers product.
You went back in time. To a wrinkle in time. Literally, it's not the movie Wrinkle in Time. This fight hits double. Oh, so and it's triple. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So his triple is the one in the fucking that shit. Okay.
They're all in it.
Oh. Oh, I get it. I get it.
So before we move on to this next video,
It's just a circle anyway, so you're good.
Van Damme, Time Cop 2. I think the guy who played Bruce Lee in A Dragon Story was in the second Time Cop.
Mm.
But yeah, I highly recommend Time Crimes. It's like a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
It's a fantastic film. I actually watched it like twice in a row when I first saw it because there's a lot of shit. It is a time travel movie. But I don't know if anybody has ever seen the movie Primer, but like Primer is a movie that you have to watch like fucking like at least a dozen times before the time travel kind of starts to make sense. But it's all there, but you miss things because it can be confusing. And I've actually seen like there's at least one YouTube channel out there where they take like like time travel movies, and they show you like the science and how
I've
this
seen
time
Primer. It's pretentious as fuck, says Eric.
You think Primer's pretentious as fuck, Eric? All right. Well, I didn't expect that. I think Primer is good. I think Primer is fantastic, but um, I didn't get a pretentious vibe from it at all. This movie, if you think Primer is pretentious, I don't think you would think that this movie is pretentious. It doesn't really focus like Primer like heavily focuses on like the time travel. This movie, the time travel is there, and there is a big focus on it, but it doesn't. The science behind it is like that's not the main focus for it. The main focus is the Hector that we follow through the movie, because there are multiple Hectors.
He says it's not a bad movie, but Shane Crusher's a little overbearing.
Yes, no, I agree with that. I think that's a that's a good take. I would have to agree with that. But yeah, like so the Hector we follow. I mean, we come in like the middle of it, right? Like you see him like setting up and like doing all these things or whatever, and then he sees the girl in the woods. But the Hector that we follow is like Hector like 3 or 4 or 2 or something like that, right?
Okay.
And it just he gets chased around by his other copies and shit. And like they'll be wearing like the pink like bandages around the head and shit like that, you know. But they do a good job because there are like these weird scenes in it, right? Where he'll get in the time travel device and he'll come out and one of the other Hectors will actually be hiding in a corner. And you won't know that he's there, but they'll do like a flashback scene and you'll see like, oh, there's like a hand right here and there's actually somebody hiding right here. And then if you go back to that scene before the flashbacks, if you go back to that scene to check to see if it's really there, if they just did that later on, the hand is there. Like there are like his copies are like hiding in the background sometimes. Because they're all going through their own timeline. And the Hector we follow is basically he's trying to kill the Hectors or at least get back to the timeline because he's trying to like protect his wife, you know. And he just so happens his property just so happens he lives on a really nice property and there's a lot of like land and property, a lot of acres and shit like that.
Yeah.
But like far off into like the park wood area, you know, there's like a government facility back there and he just happens to wander out that way when he sees the woman getting naked in the woods because there's some girl over there getting naked in the woods, which is really like a trap kind of.
So here's the biggest thing I guess I have as a question. So he's the third one you said, right? He's supposed to be the third Hector.
He's like he's not the first one, that's for sure. He's like 2 or 3 or something like that. So
So that means to tell me that we basically pick up a story of a character who's already traveled in time but doesn't realize he's traveled in time before then, right?
Yeah, because in this one there are like multiple timelines, right? So like but like they all converge as one.
Okay.
So the guy in the pink bandages, right? He will the Hector we follow eventually gets those pink bandages.
Okay.
And eventually tries to use the naked girl to lure the other Hector, a new Hector, into the woods. And it just repeats itself over and over like that. It's this fucking cycle.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a loop.
Right. And it's sort of like a slasher. But he is the slasher. He is both the slasher and the victim, the one being stalked. But he's being stalked by his like another form of himself, right? And you start to get into these modes where it's like, okay, you can start to like predict what's going to happen because you were there, or he tries to throw things off and not have them be like that, you know? It sort of reminds me of another time travel movie that I watched recently called Mega Time Squad, I think is the name of it.
Okay.
It's some weird independent movie about like this low-level thug that gets like this time travel bracelet when he steals it. Does Booster Gold get his thing from a Chinese place?
No.
Antique store?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say then it really is Booster Gold.
No, because Booster Gold, his whole thing is that he basically was a football star that cheated because the fact he wanted to make his mother there when she was sick. So he ends up being a janitor, but he's a janitor at like a hall, like a historic museum where there's a time travel device, and that's how he steals it, along with his superhero paraphernalia. That's because his whole scheme is to become rich in the past.
In Mega Time Squad or whatever it's called, some like low level thug steals this bracelet from like a Chinese antique shop, right? And then he goes through these modes where he runs and hides because he's being chased. And then he sees himself in this like motorhome and the motorhome is like yelling at him, right? So he goes through all these different moments, and then he'll like, you can see like, okay, so there'll be a scene, right? He has hit the button at all these different times, so he can see the different versions of himself happening all at once. And he is like the guy that we follow is like 50 feet behind another version of himself that's like that's sort of like 30 seconds behind, right? And then that one who's hiding to watch, the one that's 50 feet in front of him, is watching another version that's like 30 seconds behind, sitting there waiting for something. And then that version is waiting to come running up, right? Because they're waiting for the version inside the home to thing. It's a really good, it's hard to explain, but when you see it, it works really well. And Time Crimes does some similar things regarding that kind of like playing around with time travel.
Yeah,
it doesn't work like Back to the Future or anything like that, where if you meet yourself, you go away or whatever, you fade away. It doesn't.
That wasn't him really meeting himself. That was him changing history without trying to. So his parents would never meet, so that's why he would vanish.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if did this show up for you?
It's loading. Yeah,
for you?
Yeah, it's there.
Okay.
Time Crimes is a 2007 Spanish...
We don't. This is almost 10 minutes. We don't have to watch the whole thing. These guys. This is the only real thing I could find about Time Crimes. So I don't know if they'll show us more of it or not.
Neckbeard,
to any Spanish speakers.
Yeah.
Watching. So it's a
don't make fun of them, Gene. This is you and me.
It's centered
I don't have a beard.
A middle-aged guy.
It doesn't matter. It's still you and me.
Wife. They're chilling out.
I'm gonna make fun of them.
Their garden backs onto.
But that's me on the left in the blue shirt. That's you on the right with the black gray stripes.
Yeah, kind of. Well, accidental or not, I don't know. But anyway, he spots a girl in the
If I was
woods
this British, I would
standing there.
smash my head in.
And while he's watching, she just takes her top off. For no apparent reason.
Why? It's not like you do any damage to a brain.
As you do.
Because the Brits don't have brains.
Yeah. You can see some clothes on the floor. So
where's our Brits? Are there any Brits here?
Quite what's going on. He goes to investigate, as you do. He wanders out into the woods, and he finds her unclothed and unconscious. And while he's investigating,
at least it's not Italian, so he didn't take advantage of that situation, right?
He gets stabbed by a masked, a bandaged man. You can't see his face.
I mean, he's close. He's Spanish,
and so he legs it. He doesn't run back to his house for some reason. He comes across a different building, which turns out to be a laboratory, and which just so happens to have a time machine in it, unbeknownst to him. And it's the weekend. There's a scientist doing... Well, he's not even supposed to be there, I don't think, is he? No. So he's not even doing overtime. He's just there playing around with the time machine. I don't know what he's doing there. But he's there.
Wouldn't you?
Well, I suppose, yeah.
Wouldn't you? Stand here, wait to read my part.
The guy gets sent back in time by accident.
He does.
And, so the
You're close, Eric.
I
look like Wario.
Yeah, he does.
As well.
Look like Wario.
Nacho Bigalondo. Again, apologies for pronunciation if you're wrong.
Yeah, I'm going to have to cheat on this because I do mess up these pronunciations. So you said director. The director, he hasn't done a lot of work. I think recently he did a film called Colossal. Colossal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How's that?
Anne Hathaway and who's the other chap?
Jason Sudeikis.
The mustache, Jenny. If I wanted to, I could do the mustache.
They somehow control.
I have a beard.
Great big monster with their mind. By
Yeah.
it's a bit.
Like that.
It's
Can't
a bit
confirm
weird.
Wario.
It looks quite intriguing. So.
No, I haven't seen it either. But he did. There was I think he did a couple of short films before this one. One of them I have seen. Called
Maybe one day I'll post a
Uh,
picture
it's
in
quite
Discord,
surreal, it's
and you
quite
guys can
strange.
see how I look like Wario.
About a woman who goes.
He
she
just
goes,
does.
you know, she goes-
I'll just
goes
say
for coffee in
that.
the
You
morning,
don't
she
really
goes
need
to
to
a
see a
cafe,
picture. He just does.
And you kind of expect it to be noisy and bustling.
I remember when I showed it to you, you were like,
people in
"Holy
there, but they're
fuck!"
silent, and
Yeah,
they're all
I did.
You were not lying.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah.
You might be able to see it on YouTube. Might be out there somewhere. It's worth having a look at because it's quite cool. But the main character is played by an actor called Cara Elhalde.
What?
He's
Who?
been. I've seen him in a film called Beautiful with Javier Bardem.
What?
Really
What
good.
film?
And he's also in a film called
Beautiful.
The Red Squirrel, also with.
Is that
Javier
spelled
Bardem.
right?
I haven't seen that one.
Spelled
But
art
it's quite
housey.
interesting. And his wife, Carla, in the film. Is it Carla?
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, did you watch the movie?
Fernandez. Again, may have done TV work there. You know, they're quite.
Yeah, I think.
This is painful.
I threw a cannoli at Jenova once, and he went for it like a chosen person
girl
for a
that
show.
he spies on at the beginning of the film is played by Barbara Ganago. Again,
Of course, Grave. What did you expect? You know, I can't just let cannolis go.
well, I may have seen something she's been in, but I couldn't remember off the top of my head. So yes, there's a.
Oh, yeah, I understand, Zach.
There's two composers on this film. There's a chap called Chucky Namanera. And a guy called
This is a bit painful.
Eugenio Mira.
Chucky Namanera.
He's quite cool because he's
That sounds like a
actually now
Japanese
filmmaking
guy.
himself.
It does.
He made a film a couple of years ago called Grand Piano, which starred Elijah Wood and John Cusack.
No, never heard of
It's
it.
basically
Nobody
like phone
cares.
booth
Talk
between
about
content.
time crimes.
Okay.
It's about a guy who's playing a
That's right, great.
piece of
Can't let
music.
that
If he
ricotta
stops
go to
Playing,
waste.
Does the piano blow up?
No, if he stops playing, someone shoots him.
Great.
So, and it's like a
If
really
he stops
hard
playing
pitch.
a
If he-
grand
no, no,
piano,
if-
somebody
if he-
shoots
if he
him.
misses a
Maybe I'll
note,
watch
that's
that.
it. If he misses a note, then
Cannolis are fucking
Sounds a bit
good,
harsh.
Eric.
a little
Goshen
bit hard,
Z's?
yeah,
You got
definitely.
Z's from these guys,
Um,
Goshen?
But it's
You don't think that they're
it's alright.
fantastic?
It's quite enjoyable. But,
Sounds interesting.
This isn't the best video you watched today, Goshen.
So
There's one song in it as well.
oh, there is one song, yeah, Blondie.
A Blondie song.
Picture
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Thing,
Which, yeah, it's basically heard in the background on a radio, but because it's a time travel film,
They have
do
a
it in different
script
places
and
at the same
everything.
time. So I think
Holy
although
fuck,
it's
man.
used to this
They
purpose,
have
it
a
helps you
script
understand
and
when things
everything,
take
and
place
they
or when
still
events-
just they
events
can't
happen
just
at the
read
same
the
time.
script.
So yes, what do we think of the film? Do we like the film?
I love it. Yeah, it's
I love
a
it.
really great little time
I
travel
love
movie.
it.
I mean, time
It's
travel movie is
fantastic.
obviously a lot of fun, and this one is no exception. Again, like we said, if you look at it too hard, it starts to fall apart a bit. But that's the same with anything. You know, even Back to the Future, you think about it too much, and the plot kind of unravels a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's really,
yeah.
the first time you see it, it's as things unfold. Yeah, it's
That
just
that picture of
strange.
Wario
It
you
is
posted,
strange.
Jenny,
It's a str-
that
I mean, it's-
first
it's
one
funny. There
where
is
he's got
that-
muscles and he's
there's
all
definitely
ripped.
some humor in
That's
there.
totally
Humour
me.
in there. I don't
No
know
one
whether
believes
it's
that.
like a,
That's totally me,
for everyone else,
Jenny.
Spanish
No one
type
believes
humour.
that.
And,
You don't have to
I
believe
think
it.
it's
Facts don't care
interesting.
about
What I
your
really like
feelings,
about it,
Jim.
I mean,
And neither
obviously
do
there
my
are many
ripped
good
fucking
time travel
pecs.
films out
You
there
don't
that
have
mention
those.
them.
My
But
fucking
there are
biceps,
other
bro.
smaller time
Look at
travel
these
films.
fucking
Another one that came out,
triceps.
Don't have.
Primer.
Yeah.
It's a little similar.
Of course
What
I have
like
them. How else
about
would my
this
arm work if I didn't have
Primer
bis
does,
and
this
tries, dude?
doesn't.
Or
Primer's very
pecs at that. Like,
technical,
whoa,
so we talk a
like,
lot
come
about
on,
last time.
come on.
Yeah.
Don't be a
Very
hater.
complicated.
Don't be a
It's
hater.
get lost in
It's
that
a good
film,
film, but it's a bit quite. It's very technical. This is. It's about an ordinary bloke.
Yeah,
who,
just got off a
like
fucking
you say,
work dude.
maybe he's a
Been
bit
working out this whole time.
Curious,
Yeah, right.
Killed the cat and all that.
Yeah.
But he's
He-
middle-aged.
Just
he's balding,
fucking-
he's got a bit of a
Lifting some
some
carton of
Yeah, so
cigarettes
he's
ain't
just
giving
like-
you
he's
muscles
just
like
Doing
that.
some-
you know,
doing some
someone
fucking
you know, your
curls.
next door neighbour
Yeah.
or whatever. And he
Some
goes out and
push-ups, some
stumbles on
sit-ups,
this time travel
some pull-ups.
adventure.
Got all over
And
body workout,
everything,
dude.
of course, goes wrong.
Some fucking squats,
Don't
say too much.
I'm not saying anything.
stretches.
You know, it's quite creepy. You know, as you can see from the
Oh
cover,
please,
you know,
Jenna,
it's got
I
that
can't even
band,
do
which
one
is-
cock push-up.
and it almost looks like a horror film, which it isn't really.
I only need
But
to
it
do
is
cock
creepy
push-ups
at
if I have to
first, you know, when
deactivate
you see
lasers
that
with my
character.
dick.
It's definitely got rewatch value. I think
It does.
because
It does have rewatch
once you
value.
know what happens, it's interesting to watch those scenes with the knowledge you have.
Yeah, exactly.
Of how it pans out.
Definitely.
If you want
Definitely.
legit
You know what I
stuff
realized?
available
You know what I
on DVD,
realized that these guys are?
What?
As I go to the next, is this playing for you, by the way?
It's a circle. Go ahead and talk.
All right.
Well, wait, is it loads?
What I was gonna say is, they are the anti-red letter media.
Yeah.
They are the anti Mike Stoklasa and the anti Jay Bauman.
Yeah.
That's what they were. That's what they reminded me of the whole time.
It's good. It's actually up. So
It's good.
yep.
Okay.
You can watch The
Trailer for
Orphanage.
The Orphanage.
It's only gonna get worse from here on out. Besides the last thing I put in. Yeah. I only produced it, but it's good, he said. It's a great...
He activated lasers with my dick. I saw this movie in theaters.
Oh, no.
There are children.
Yeah, that's right. A pretty empty theater, too.
Who can
You don't
see
say.
a hidden world.
I'll talk about it in a second,
Whose
Cindy, after this
imagination
trailer.
Imagination.
Opens their eyes.
How that nigga Guillermo del Toro continues to get movies surprises me.
Nigga, he's an Oscar winner.
That Oscars don't mean shit though.
Okay, whatever.
They don't.
A disappearance.
It's spoken from a guy who never won one. Ah,
A dark place.
your life has no value.
Neither does Hollywood, so.
More value than what would we do without Hollywood, dude? What do you give society? Nothing. What does Hollywood give society? Everything.
Children play.
Our morals.
Thanks, Steven Spielberg.
What do we need, huh?
I knew you'd come.
The fact that you're not in like entertainment or banking, man, you're the worst Jew.
The Orphanage.
The Orphanage. Oh, hey, look, a fucking basement that we didn't know was there until the last 20 minutes of the fucking movie. Cindy, you asked me if this was bad. Cindy, I don't recommend it. I mean, maybe it's your thing, but I don't recommend it. It's really slow. It really is a drama.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like it's only produced by Guillermo del Toro, but it feels like a Guillermo del Toro movie, and I mean that in the worst possible
way. Yep.
It really is a drama. So basically, there's an orphanage. Obviously, it's called the fucking orphanage, and it's kind of haunted by this little kid, and they. There's, like there isn't like every Guillermo del Toro movie. There's always like a blending of like reality and sort of hallucinations, or like what timeline is what timeline. Like the creepiest part of the movie is the scene that you saw in the trailer where the girl turns around and the kid with the bag on his head is there. But that takes like fucking forever to get to that fucking thing. I think this movie might almost be close to 2 hours. And you feel every minute. It's fucking but there's a lot of drama. There's a lot of like, who is this kid? How are we being haunted? How did he die? What happened to him? You guys want to know what happened? I'll tell you what happened. Spoilers coming. So if you plan on seeing this, cover your ears, mute the stream. A kid got they were playing hide and seek. And that basement that she walks into, right? That nobody knew that was there.
Oh,
because when they were playing hide and seek, when that kid was little, some boards fell against the door.
Oh,
and he couldn't get out.
Okay.
So he died down there.
Okay.
And nobody ever remembered there was a basement.
Okay.
And you always hear like this knocking and shit in the house. like, where's that coming from? Where's all this shit coming from? And they're like, we can't, we don't know.
Nobody ever knew it was a basement.
It was a basement. It's a basement door inside a fucking closet.
No one would think to check like the whole house if someone's missing.
It's a fucking. It's just a normal closet. It's not that big. You can fit like 2 people in it. And then there's a door in the closet that goes to a basement. And when the kid snuck down there, some boards in the closet accidentally fell against the door.
Mm-hmm.
He got stuck down there. And you see his body, it's kind of gnarly. Like, you kind of feel bad for the kid, right?
Yeah.
Because he didn't do anything. You know, he's just a victim of circumstance, really.
Yep.
Like nobody maliciously no malicious intent was done. And the whole point he's haunting everybody really is because he wants you to find his body.
Yeah.
And it's kind of gnarly. The body's kind of gnarly, even though it's been down there for I don't know how long. But it clearly hasn't rotted to like skeleton yet. You know what I mean? So death by laziness. I know, right? Someone missing. Should we check the closet? Who would hide in a closet?
Yeah.
It's not only that, but nobody said, "Oh yeah, that's right. We have a fucking basement." Who the fuck forgets they have a basement in their house? And who the fuck puts a basement in a closet?
Who does that?
I don't understand that.
Who puts a basement door in a closet?
Tom Cruise. That's true, Cannibal. Get away from me, gay thoughts. Remember Tom Cruise? Tom Cruise like sued South Park or whatever for that episode.
Yeah. Because it's true.
Yeah, we're never going to store things in that closet. Its sole fucking purpose. Go ahead and throw a basement door back there. Are you going to search for our missing son? I'll get to it eventually. I've searched every room in the house. I've searched this floor, the second floor, the attic. We're good. I feel like I'm missing something.
Like a basement.
I feel like there's like a lower level where we store things. I don't know.
Good God. How do you forget you have a basement?
I don't know. And like the orphanage is sort of like like the modern day that it takes place, like because it takes place after that kid, right?
Yeah.
But like I can't remember the exact like time difference between when they happen, but I'm pretty sure the orphanage like changes hands and it goes to the girl that we know. But like still, it's on the fucking blueprint. It's on the plans for the house. Don't you get those things?
Yeah, you do.
Don't you have those? Especially if it's like it's not just like a house, it's a fucking building. Do you have a copy? Did you think to say like, oh, did you guys have a basement where we could store some shit? Because we got a lot of stuff. And the previous owners are like, oh shit, we have a basement. That should be that movie. This is what the movie should be. It should be them showing the kid getting locked down there. He clearly dies.
Yeah.
Right? What do you got? You really got like a week, right?
Yeah.
Before you die.
Mm-hmm.
You need water.
Yeah.
So like you got like a week. We'll give him 30 days, right? He's dead in a month. The owners sell the basement. Apparently they have fucking Alzheimer's because they don't know how many rooms are in their fucking house. And then the fucking new lady goes, basement? Is there a basement? I've got some things I'd like to store in the basement. and then you should see the old owners. The lights should click on, and everybody should run to the closet door. And there he is. There's Juan at the bottom of the fucking steps. Juan, you lived longer in here than you would have out on the streets. Yeah. That's the other things. What about like having to do work, like plumbing and shit? Oh, it's coming from the basement pipe. Basement.
We
had a basement. Some kid found the basement a couple years ago, and we haven't seen it since. It's been the basement just disappeared. Get the fuck out of here. Stupid movie. And it tries with like all this tension, but it really is just like melodramatic and melancholy and very like sad. Like she doesn't even know, like the lady doesn't even know the kid is dead. She has no connection to it, and she's just a fucking sour fucking sad fucking puss. She's fucking awful. Spanish and their fucking emotions. They're like the French. You know how like French movies, they're really like long, like drawn out, and like simple things, like a guy like feeling like a raindrop on his head will take like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It'll be like this big long like musical cut from like all these different angles, like different filters, and it's supposed to represent some like turning point or like epiphany of life. It's just boring. Stupid. That's what the fucking Europeans. That's European cinema. Spanish.
But
yeah,
Jenova,
fucking Italians. The fucking Italians do it too. They all do it. The Germans do it.
But Jenova, I've been to film school, and that means I know that scene has deeper, complex, symbolic meaning to it.
Oh, it does. Oh, it certainly has complex meaning to. First of all, film school kids suck. They're fucking terrible. This has been my motto for like a decade now, and that is that film school kids ruin movies. They ruin them. I mean, Hollywood ruins movies too, but film school kids and their fucking analysis of shit. It really is like that old like like when you take like English class, you know, they'll tell you like, oh, the author will write in the story, the curtains are blue. And the teacher will tell you, well, see, the curtains are blue because they represent his depression and him going through a moral conundrum about life. And then the author says, no, they're just fucking blue. Just like blue curtains. That's film school kids. Film school kids are the fucking English teacher. Stupid ass. I don't. Jenny, there are some French movies that are really good. But you know what? Like I say that Europeans do that with their movies, right? But the Asians do that shit too.
Yep.
The Japanese, the South Koreans, they do that like long, drawn out shit too. They're a little better at it. And I'm not saying you can't have like slow burns or scenes that are supposed to like emphasize like emotion and shit like that. That's fine. But 10 fucking minutes watching some guy fucking run his finger across a dead orange leaf. That's not art. It reminds me of like that scene from American Beauty where that fucking weirdo films that bag that's just like flying around in the street. Just filming litter. It's the most beautiful thing I ever seen. Pull your eyeballs out of your fucking head. Pull them out of your head. You're done.
You don't need them.
You're done on camera. Okay, you're done. You're done with life. Write poems from now on, so nobody will ever read it. Just gonna film this bag flying through, and that movie thought it was so fucking deep. Stupid ass fucking movie. American Beauty. Another one with Kevin Spacey, that child diddler. It's art, Jenova. I know, sweets. It's art. But art sucks. Especially today. I'm not joking. I really don't like French movies. Their accents annoy me. They sound so snob. Jenny, now you know what you sound like to the rest of us. I don't know. I've never heard Jenny. Like Porky said, Jenny needs a mic so we can listen to her talk funny. Well, that's because France is a snobby country.
Yeah.
They're very snob. I mean, Europe in general is snobby as fuck.
Yeah.
But they've got a lot of history over there. So
history of what? Losing?
Surrendering. Wave them white flags. Jenova would rather watch B grade. Porky, there's more Italian shit coming up in February.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sick of it.
He is
I'm so tired of Italians.
But it's
they're They're stupid fucking movies.
It's the month of love, so I had to go with Italians for February.
Why would you go with Italians? Why wouldn't you go with the French?
Because Italians always brag about how they.
No, Paris is the no. You said love, not sex. Paris is the city of love. French is considered the language of love. Italians are rapists.
Well, maybe it's an opposite of Valentine's Day then. Or the month of
like,
love. The month of
Italians are like vampires, right? They like seduce you and shit. I'm sorry, the French. The French are like vampires. They like seduce you. They make you forget that they've got herpes.
And they stink.
They stink, but you don't know because you've been glamored, right? And they seduce you and pull you in. Oh, chérie. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Italians are like cavemen. They just hit you over the head and drag you the fuck in. Wham bam, done. See you later. See you for spaghetti dinner tomorrow. Those are Italians for February, the month of love, folks. That is, how dare you?
I never said I was a good person.
Fuck's sake, Jenova, why do we say the same thing? We can only take so much riveting. Jenova. Croaking isn't hot. Jenova speaking from experience. Irreversible. Oh, holy shit. All right, so and then we'll skip these. We'll just go right into pieces, Gene. In a second here. Because we're almost at the end here. Okay, Eric. The rape scene in Irreversible. Holy fuck, dude. Holy shit. If you guys have not seen Irreversible, don't. Because it will fuck, and it's got good people in it too. Mm-hmm. Monica Bellucci is in Irreversible. Vincent Cassell is in Irreversible. There's some other people in Irreversible, but Monica Bellucci basically gets raped in a fucking like walkway, right? Mm-hmm. And this guy, dude, it goes on for so long.
Oh no.
Like you think I Spit on Your Grave was bad, right? Mm-hmm. It is nothing compared to the rape scene in Irreversible. Dude, he fucking, oh my God, you don't even want to fucking know. Yeah, poor Monica is right. Monica Bellucci is ridiculously beautiful, dude. I don't know. She used to come on to me when I used to talk to her.
Yeah, right.
Like, oh, hey, Jenova. You're sexy. And I'd be like, thanks, Monica, but you're my type. I'm flattered, but
Italian women don't last.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Monica is best example of Italian beauty after Sophie. Goshen, don't you dare X. Don't you? You guys are Xing me. How could you? You really think Monica Bellucci didn't fucking flirt with me? Didn't come on to me? Whatever, guys. I got. Yeah, right. Don't be jealous.
I'm not.
Right. I've got them pheromones. Or whatever. What are they called? My pheromones are an aphrodisiac.
Okay, so... Kramer.
Hey, Kramer got laid.
He did, yeah.
Stop telling us about your wet dreams. It was her wet dream. She's like, ooh. I was like, look, lady, I gotta go. I got dudes to fuck. I can't wait till chat catches up with that one. Marinara pheromones, pizza moans.
Oh, God.
That catch you off guard, Gene?
Yeah, I almost like.
Were you like, whoa? Anyway, I was going to say something else about. Oh, Eric, remember in Irreversible where he goes into the club to try and find the guy who raped Monica, but it's a different guy, and then that guy gets the upper hand and tries to rape him right there in the club. Oh, dude, Irreversible is fucked up, man.
It sounds it.
If you guys would like to see Irreversible, but you don't want to sit through it, or there are movies like Irreversible and you don't want to sit through them, but you want to know about them, there is a great YouTube channel called Spooky Rice.
Okay.
Spooky Rice. That guy does all the breakdowns, and he does really good videos. He does really good work, and he breaks down like Irreversible. He breaks down like Takashi Miike films. Like he breaks down all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I recommend that. All right. Let's go to pieces. We got about 5 minutes here. Yep. Spooky Rice.
Spooky, yep.
Spooky Rice, Goshen. You know what? I'll type it out because I mean Porky Rice might even be a fucking joke, but try and sit down through the breakdown of a Serbian film and feel comfortable. Well, Serbian film is just, hey, let's give some edgy kids a fucking camera and see what they come up with, and boom, you get a Serbian film, which is okay for the most part, right? But it's the ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an ending. I don't know. Maybe Cannibal. I don't know if he's Asian or not. I don't think I've ever seen his face, but he is a good follow. I recommend checking out some of his videos. All right, Gene, you got Pieces in here.
Yes, I do, because Pieces is also a Spanish horror movie.
Is it playing for you?
No, it is not. It's the
All right,
circle.
well, let me know when it loads. We'll finish up on Pieces.
Yeah.
That's me, Gray. I got them purple overalls, bro. I assure you, Jenny, I do have nipples.
Did someone say Italian woman?
So, Mamma Mia. Me and her are related, I can tell.
So it's not playing yet, but I'm just gonna mention this about Pieces in general. Pieces had 3 directors.
Yeah.
It passed through multiple people before it was actually finished.
Pieces. It's exactly what you think it is.
Yeah, a film in pieces. They even have a fucking fake Bruce Lee in this movie.
Did you include the Spanish film that was an ARG? What movie are you talking about, Sweets?
I have no idea what film that is.
Spanish ARG movie? I feel like I know about it, but I can't remember what it is because I'm big in ARGs. So
I'm gonna refresh real quick.
Yeah. An ARG. It's pretty fucked and good. I feel like I would have heard of it. I mean, I love me a good ARG, so.
Is that your life? An ARG?
I wish it'd be a lot more interesting. What am I saying? I don't want an interesting life. Did you refresh?
Yes, I did.
For you?
I'm waiting. It's taking a minute here. I'm back in now. Try playing it. There's nothing there at the moment.
I'm playing it.
Nothing there. There's no circle either.
All right, well. Maybe we should skip the trailer and go to the good bad flicks.
Yeah, we could try that.
Air Mirto. Is it pronounced air with an E at the end of it, Goshen? Air Mirto? It did.
Did you click the next one?
Yeah.
Nothing's coming up. There's not even a circle for me now.
Try another refresh real quick.
Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, actually, Pieces 1982 here for me. Let me see if I can play that.
Well, you just hit play and it hit play on the good bad flicks for me.
Did it? Weird.
Yeah, so it's like we're not even in the same room.
I know, it's strange. Go ahead and pause.
Yeah, I've been paused.
You've been paused. Huh. Try playing that, I guess? Yeah. It's playing the trailer for
Hurry up,
Pieces.
stupid, and bring me up.
Is playing the trailer for Pieces?
Yes.
I played the good bad flicks video.
What the fuck?
All right, let me go to Pieces.
Okay. It's playing it, yeah.
It's playing it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hurry up, stupid, and bring me a plastic bag to junk this stuff.
Comic books.
Jenova is paused.
I hate activation level. Yep.
Right in the fucking dome. Look at that. What fucking hits.
It's exactly what you think it is.
Thanks for coming out, Gray. Have a good night.
Gray.
Pause, LaShawn. Jeez.
Pieces.
Boobies.
And Bush.
Boobies and Bush. Kind of. It's just a poor child.
Mommy wanted to throw away my comic books, but she saw my porn collection. It's exactly what you think it is.
Could you imagine if your porn collection was a puzzle?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you lose like 3 pieces and you are fucked.
Mm-hmm.
You lose some tits and an ass or some bush, dude, you're done. Porn collection wiped out.
Look at this.
Look at
Something's
it.
been butchered up here. Let's hope it was an animal.
Nope.
I never saw so much blood. Oh, we better search the place.
This is what my room after I masturbate.
Pieces.
Oh, it's Mrs. Reston. I knew it. I knew something awful had happened. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Get her out of here and call the station.
Little Timmy.
This movie also has like one of the weirdest endings in it too.
Big man, mommy. Oh, Timmy.
Mommy.
Take
I
it easy,
murdered
kid.
my
You're
movie.
safe now. Where's the father?
He's
the
away
father?
in Europe with the Air Force. But there's an aunt. She lives an hour away.
New England
I'll call her and
Patriots.
Take him over there. Oh, this is terrible.
Pieces. All right. Now we got Cecil.
Is it playing?
No.
It's funny.
Any day now, Circle.
Well, you let me know when that loads.
Yeah, I will.
Ah, dead air.
Mm-hmm.
Dead air. Dead air. Ooh.
Yeah.
Do the loop.
If it doesn't load, we could if it doesn't load, we can always just end it on the trailer, I guess, too.
Yeah, we'll give it a minute or two.
Yeah.
Guys, Invisible Man remake comes out in February.
Mm-hmm.
February.
There's other movies coming out in January too, though. Other horror movies.
What?
You posted that today.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
Mm-hmm. There are other horror movies coming out.
So, like what?
I just don't know off the top of my head. I saw there were ones come out.
One of them is called Underwater.
Yep.
With Kristen Stewart. I watched that movie. It's bad.
I didn't. It's not surprising.
But I think, like, there's an underwater monster in that movie. I think it might be Cthulhu.
Oh, now it's loading. There we go.
Did it load?
Yep.
Adorados. Never heard of it, Strong. Adorados. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Cecil.
Angry Orange Cat. That's just a scene that's happening.
Well, where he's getting spanked?
No, that Rick Yo one where he rips out his intestines.
Oh, yeah.
When people think of
She
quintessential
does die,
slasher
Cindy.
movies, they always bring up
She
the
does,
big
yeah.
three. Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Halloween. I'm here to suggest that there should be a fourth addition to that list.
Pieces.
The Prowler.
This week's movie, Pieces. Pieces is a 1982 horror film from director Juan Piquer Simon.
Yep,
The movie opens
Juan
in
Piquer
Boston
Simon.
in 1942.
Guy that did Slugs, and you want his most famous film of all time is Jenova?
On the desk. A young boy is putting together a puzzle.
Do you want to know what it is?
His mother
You
walks
know
in
the
to
film
see
well.
puzzle is
Because this
actually
room's the
a
same place, and that puzzle actually is in a different movie too. It's in a cut piece from Pod People.
Answer me.
Yeah, I don't like that movie.
Put up with it. You dirty-minded.
You probably like it.
Pod People got no reason to live, Jenova.
Way to overreact, Mom.
I'll kill you if I ever find stuff like that in the house again.
Leslie Nielsen, Leslie Nielsen,
Go
Leslie
get a
Nielsen.
plastic bag. I'm gonna burn everything.
This is the kind of abuse that can turn your kid into a serial killer.
Hurry up, stupid, and bring me a plastic bag to junk this stuff.
Woo! What a scene.
Well, she learned a valuable lesson. Never get between a man and his porn.
I'll
The
kill
kid cuts up
you.
his mother. A neighbor calls the police in to investigate. Let's see, what's behind door number 1? It's the mother's sawed-off head! The police find
Yay.
the kid hiding in the other closet. Even though this kid is covered in blood and has his fingerprints all over the murder weapon, they don't suspect that he's the killer. 40 years later, the kid is all grown up, and he still has the outfit his mother was murdered in.
Nice.
Okay, how did an 8-year-old kid manage to take his dead mother's dress and shoes?
And why
without
would that
alerting
blood
the
still be
police?
red?
We
Yeah.
then cut to this nonsense.
Wouldn't it be like
The
brown?
girl on the
It'd be
skateboard is
black
going
almost.
like 1 mile per hour. I'm
And then this
pretty sure
happens.
she could have just stepped off of it. We go to our killer, who is putting the puzzle back together. Again, how did an 8-year-old kid remove evidence from the scene of the crime? The skateboard girl is now relaxing in the park.
Okay.
That is until she gets her head cut off.
Yep. This happens.
Broad daylight chainsaw
How does
decapitation.
one sneak up on you with a chainsaw? Lieutenant Bracken and Sergeant Holder meet the dean of the college to talk to him about the murder. We then see a group of students involved in the
A group of
dumbest conversation ever.
students.
They've just installed a waterbed in the training room.
Have you ever been laid on a waterbed? The
They're
most
smoking
beautiful thing
weed.
in the world is smoking pot and fucking on a waterbed. at the
A
same time.
waterbed?
First off, why would a gym need a waterbed?
Oh my god,
Second of
waterbeds
all,
are the
fucking
worst.
on a waterbed sucks.
Thank you,
The
C.
dean's secretary tells Professor Brown that the police think the killer is one of the staff. She also tells him that they can't find the head. So the killer cuts off the girl's head in broad daylight with the noisiest device short of a wood chipper, walks off with the head, and no one saw this?
Wow.
Are all the students oblivious idiots?
There's our favorite professor. How'd you like to make it with him, Susan? Are
How'd you like to make it with him?
The campus class?
No.
I think he's a sugar plum. Down, girl. You know what they say about sugar. Yeah, take care. About sugar.
What the hell is she talking about?
Sugar plum. Down, girl. You know what they say about sugar.
No, I don't. The dean introduces Professor
Sugar?
Brown to the police.
Yes, he's a
Hey, look, it's fake Leslie Nielsen from Pod People.
So he's obviously a wiener. Make sure to call him names and give him a wedgie. The police question Professor Brown.
Do you have any idea what kind of girl she was? Did she run around with guys?
Why, yes, she was on the track team.
It was a present from one of the students. God knows where he got it.
Guys, that's a vagina.
The skull of a girl about 16.
No, those are lungs. Never
So
mind.
he
I thought it was a
accepts
uterus.
teenage
Never mind.
girls' skulls as
Those are just
gifts.
lungs.
Well,
I know healthy ones must elude you.
but first,
Yeah, I had no idea what they were. I confused it with a
I'm
vagina.
pretty sure I know what the coroner's report will say. Head cut off by fucking chainsaw. Red herring Garner Willard is cutting down some tree limbs.
Oh, that guy.
My chainsaw. Over in the library.
What movie is that guy in?
This kid.
Oh, I know where I've seen that guy before. He is in
Pod People.
Seriously?
No, not
The
Pod
kid
People.
That guy
from
is.
Pod People
That
is
kid.
our hero. So Kendall is
that
still
fat guy
back
that
in
was
the
cutting down the
library
tree.
studying
He
while
is
this
Bluto,
Yeah.
Eric, but he's
swimming naked
in
and
Maverick.
waiting for
That's
Yeah.
where I
Are we
remember him
sure
from. He's
he's our
in
hero?
Maverick with Mel
The killer shows up
Gibson.
and captures
He's
her
the
with a
fucking guy
hornet.
that
She went
wants to
underwater,
hunt an
she can
Indian.
Get out of it. Girl is the brain of a goldfish. Actually, I take that back. I've seen goldfish get out of those nets. The killer goes back to his walk-in freezer. Okay, so now he has a head and a torso. I see. Where
And a
this is
walk-in
going.
freezer. Where
Willard
did he
finds
get a
bloody
walk-in
chainsaw,
freezer?
And Kendall thinks that he's the killer. Kendall returns with some cops, and they reenact a
Go to Bluto.
WWE match. The lieutenant calls Professor Brown to the scene of the crime.
Could that have been done with a chainsaw? Like that one over there?
So what you're asking me is if this gory, blood-soaked chainsaw laying right next to the body of the victim is the murder weapon. Yes, you idiot! Kendall
I like
explains
that he
why
just
he
puts
wasn't
his
at the pool
hand
having
right
sex
on
with
it.
Susan.
Yeah.
Do me a favor and don't mention it took you over half an hour to find me.
Not only does he put his hand on it, he's surprised when his hand gets blood on it.
You made her too? Wow, Kendall, how do you do it? I just whistle and they come right.
Kendall is a
So
girl's
he
name.
left the library, had sex, and came back to the library all in a half an hour. Campus stud indeed. The cops
Campus
question Kendall and
stud.
Larry. The lieutenant decides to bring in a female cop to work undercover at the school to flush out the killer.
That's a
He
good
asks
idea.
Mary, a tennis pro who moonlights as a police officer.
A tennis
What?
pro?
The lieutenant
What?
brings in Kendall to try to get some more information. The lieutenant also gets Kendall to work on the case. Wouldn't he still be a suspect at this point? Mary goes
Yeah.
to the school undercover as their new tennis instructor. As you watch this scene, remember that she is a tennis pro. Evidently, she is so good at tennis that she doesn't even have to move. Meanwhile, this girl keeps running to the same spot.
Oh my god,
Editing.
filler. Nani?
The killer follows a girl into an elevator, and oh, come on. How exactly did he hide the chainsaw? Also,
And yes,
wasn't
Chet,
that
he
taken
does
in
look like
as
a Jalo
evidence?
killer.
Or does the killer just have a stockpile of yellow chainsaws? Kendall and the police hear screaming, even though they're outside and on the other end of the building. That ambulance looks suspiciously like the glass truck from earlier.
Mhm.
Kendall's in bed with some girl, and... Ah! Really, I didn't need to see that. Since the lieutenant asks Kendall to keep an eye on Mary, he sees her out the window and goes to talk to her. Mary sees
Yeah.
someone running and
Yeah,
is
it is.
attacked.
This just happens.
Shit. Where's Leo Fong when you need him?
Then this happens.
The guy passes out and Kendall shows up.
He passes out?
Yep.
Kung Fu professor.
A Kung
What's
Fu
the story,
professor.
Chow?
Oh, I am out jogging, and next thing I know, I am on ground. Something I eat. Bad chop suey. So wrong.
Take it easy.
Okay, this guy just attacked a cop and blamed it on bad chop suey. Mary gets on Kendall's
Dude, that
bike
might
and
be
he
one
takes
of
her back
the
to her place.
worst
The killer's still on the
stereotypes I think
prowl.
I've
He
ever
takes another
seen
girl
in a
into the
movie.
gym and kills her on that infamous waterbed. He goes to stab her in the back of the head, but wait a minute.
Fail.
Back at Mary's apartment. At this point, he's pretty much begging for sex.
Mary.
Please, please touch my pee-pee.
Coffee?
Campus stud indeed. The killer's working on the puzzle, so that means he's headed out to get some legs now. He turns the loudspeakers on as a distraction and goes to kill the tennis student. He corners her and saws her in half. Kendall goes to
Right,
the
nice.
women's locker room for some reason and finds the murdered girl. Mary sees the dead girl and is none too happy about it.
While we were out here fumbling with that music, the lousy bastard was in there killing her!
Acting.
Bastard!
The
Say it
lieutenant is
again.
talking to
One
Sergeant
more
Mark
time.
Griffin and actually suggests that he takes drugs to stay awake.
We don't have any more time. Take some uppers or something. Just get me a lead.
The lieutenant suggests sending Kendall to help the sergeant.
Look, he knows everyone on that college campus. He could smell something suspicious faster than we can.
Yeah, because he's been doing such a great job up to this point.
Do you mind if I walk with you for a ways? I'm a little nervous after what's happened.
I do mind.
Broad daylight here in the middle of the campus. I don't think there's much to worry about.
What?
2 of the girls murdered in broad daylight.
Like one was out in a field in the open. He snuck up on her with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
A revved up chainsaw. Nigga, you fucked.
Really? No one else noticed this before? They find out the dean was the kid from the beginning. The sergeant and Kendall head to the dean's house. Mary is paralyzed
Remember-
and the dean is prepping to cut off her feet. The police break into the dean's house and manage to stop him before
Remember,
they can
Cecil
kill
said this
Mary.
movie
The
should
cops
be up
look
there
around for
with
5
like
seconds and leave
classics
Kendall
that
alone
people
with
talk
the
about.
Oh, yeah, and he's
They
proven
at
it,
least
sure.
get behind the curtains. The dean attacks Kendall and ouch. Kendall wrestles with the dean and actually gets the upper hand. Well, I guess the idiot's in control now. The dean now gets the upper hand. The police return and shoot him in the head. Kendall talks to the sergeant, who tells him he would make a good cop.
Join the force, kid. We're finding out little secrets like that all the
They
time.
don't let gays on the force.
Oh, there's a dead body. And yes, he was.
Hell? Why did 2 different girls fall out of the closet? When he opens it up, she's a brunette, and then she falls on him, it's a blonde. And why is she in the closet, not the freezer? Kendall and the cops are leaving when he gets
bet the other
one
girl
final
couldn't fall
surprise that makes
Wait for it.
absolutely, positively no sense.
Incel division, join the force, son. We
Director
could really
J.P.
use you
Simon
on the
made a few
incel
films in
division.
Spain and attracted the attention of horror and exploitation producer Dick Randall.
Yep.
Randall had offered him
Dick
the chance
Randall
to
looks
direct
like
the
me.
sequel to Last House on the Left, but after Simon read the script, he turned it down. Randall then showed him a 15-page synopsis called Jigsaw. Simon liked this, so he took the synopsis and flushed it out into a full screenplay in 15 days. He called it 1,000 Cries Has the Night, but eventually settled on Pieces. The movie was filmed mostly in Madrid, Spain, with a few pickup shots filmed in Boston.
Yep.
They shot the whole thing in about 5 weeks. Despite only being released in 95 theaters in New York, the film still opened in the number 5 spot against some heavy competition,
Yep.
like Mr. Mom and Return of the Jedi.
Yep.
J.P. Simon followed Pieces up with Pod People, a movie that's so bad it's one of the best episodes of Mystery Science Theater. Simon liked Ian Serra, who played Kendall, so much that he brought him in for Pod People. The husband and wife duo of Christopher and Linda George played Lieutenant Bracken.
Yeah, those two
and
are
Mary
actually
Riggs.
married, or
Linda
were.
George has since expressed her dislike of the film. Eli Roth, who's a huge fan of Pieces, asked her if she would talk about her experience for the DVD. She declined, saying that she wanted nothing to do with the film.
Oh.
As I said, Eli Roth
Fuck
was
off,
a
Eli
huge
Roth.
fan of the movie. He did an homage to Pieces in the opening of Hostel 2. And even though one of the greatest scenes in movie history...
No pancakes!
seemed to be inspired by this, he swears it was purely a coincidence.
The Final Sacrifice is
Speaking of the
a
Kung Fu
damn
scene,
good
for
episode
as
of Mystery
random
Science
as it
Theater,
was,
Eric.
They actually had a
It
reason
is.
for it.
Rouse
The
Tower.
film was short and they needed to stretch
Rouse
it
Tower.
out.
Rouse
Randall had been
Tower.
making Bruce
Rouse Tower,
films
Rouse
at the time and was
Tower.
on set with Bruce Lee.
That's
By
Bruce
me,
Lee,
Annie,
yeah.
Filmed the
and
scene while he
Larry
was there.
Zonka on it.
Simon hated the original score to the film, so he commissioned a special one specifically for the movie. The special composition was only used for the international print of the movie, while the US got the original garbage score. The special score really does add a lot to the movie and gives it a completely different feel. They were filming the movie in December, and the temperature
Naked?
dropped to 5 below zero. While filming the pool scene, the actress had to swim in freezing cold water. Because of this, she almost died of hypothermia. It was painfully obvious that the tennis
That
court
is
was
not the
anything
first
but.
time
As it
we've
turned
heard
out,
the
neither of the
story
girls had
like
even
that.
seen
No.
the tennis racket until they arrived on set.
They're
The
like,
scene where the
fuck
girl
you,
gets
get in the
sawed
water,
half was
bitch.
done by sawing the body of a dead pig. The girl who had
Aw,
her head cut off
Porky.
was on a special raised platform, and they pushed her head through the grass to make her look like she was decapitated. For years, people thought the killer was based on a typical Giallo villain, but Simon said he was actually based off the classic character, the Shadow. The movie
Oh, there you go, Gene.
That's actually what makes it perfect. The cheesy score.
I'll take a walk over to Kirk Douglas's house.
This music.
It's a good episode too. That's
The
from Werewolf.
ridiculous
Eric.
dialogue.
Who knows at this stage? We're just out buying clothes without labels and trying them on for size.
The massive amount of gore, the massive amount of nudity, and the absurd plot make this
Nudity.
essential viewing. While it may not be well known to the average person, to horror aficionados like myself, I consider it to be a very important entry into the genre.
Why?
Sure, I gave the movie a good beating, but I genuinely love it. It has a certain charm that makes you love it, flaws and all. It wasn't trying to be something
Well, that's
else.
great,
It was
but
pure, unadulterated.
I don't know if
horror
it should be just
exploitation
because you
schlock.
love it.
That's why
I don't know if
its
it should
tagline,
be up there
it's
with the
exactly
fucking
what you think
greats.
it is.
So that was Pieces.
That's Pieces, and that is gonna do it. That's the final piece for tonight.
Oh, look what you did there.
Oh, God, that's why they pay me the big bucks.
Who pays you?
Your mom.
Bastards!
All right, everybody. That's going to bring us to the end of tonight's stream. We
Correct.
appreciate everybody coming out tonight.
Always.
Dealing with our little technical issues.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I don't know why. We can never just have just a normal stream, can we?
No.
It's always got to be something.
Yeah, it's got to be something like that. But anyway, I will do a little shilling.
Videos won't play. Fucking fuck up the intro.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta do a show with a Jew. Nothing ever goes right. Go ahead, Gene. Do your shit.
No, I'm too broken now. So Sweets will be doing a stream tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe she will be watching a little feature for you guys. We'll see. And me and Weeb will be doing a stream on the Chaos God Undivided Malal on Sunday on my channel at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will also be back here on Tuesday with a double feature. We will be doing none other than 2 Michael Sopke movies. Because I picked them.
Know.
Yeah.
You already picked them? Oh,
yes,
okay.
I picked them already.
Well, I won't be here then.
Oh, you'll be here.
Fuck.
But yes, we thank you guys all for coming out. We will see you guys next time. Have a good night, everyone.
Thanks for coming out, guys. Good night.